And Vardy is past him. This will finish it. Jamie Vardy gets his second. And the impossible dream is getting closer to reality. And they know it.
Earlier foul against Castagna, but play is waved on. Vardy, right past it! And Leicester back in front just seconds after they were pegged back. And it is Jamie Vardy, emphatically right-footed.
But as for now, this is my goodbye. But you will see me again soon, I promise. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to Blue Tinted Glasses for another match day. Leicester City already relegated, but of course we are going to bring you the watch along. We're going to enjoy it together, have a chat about all sorts, I'm sure, watch the game. And as I keep calling it, the Jamie Vardy farewell tour. There we go. There's one comment here. The Jamie Vardy farewell tour starts here. Okay, let's get into it. Anil, mate, how are you doing on this fine afternoon?
I'm all emotional hearing that. Oh, we won't be hearing that at all next season. It will hit us then. Obviously, we spent a long time this week talking about Jamie Vardy. Just pass it, JV. Well, they don't really care about the score or the performance, really, do we? Just crack it in the back of the net.
Yeah. Well, here's one man I'm slightly jealous of because I've had photos off him all day showing beers and barbecue. How are you doing today, Luke?
Good. Am I lagging? Can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
Good, brother. I'm good. Honestly, mate, Jamie Vardy, I don't care how gassed he gets, how sore he is. He needs to be starting and playing all 90 minutes of every single game here on out. I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah, 100%. I think he would. I think he will be. Obviously, there was conversations that we were having about whether he or Daka should start, but that was while we were still, I suppose, mathematically in it. Now we're down. It's a shame we've not got more youth, but we're going to talk about the lineup in just a second. Before we do so, let's see what people are saying in the comments. If I see any player not passing Vardy in the final third, I swear to God, we've got a Wolves fan with us. Jude plays. Hello to you, Jude. Kunal, the Jamie Vardy farewell tour starts today. Tissues ready, says Thomas. The state of that lineup, yeah, we're going to talk about it. Caleb, the only thing now is getting Vard's 2 more goals for his 200th goal landmark. Thomas says loads of diving from everybody, please, to try and get penalties for Vardy. Felix, hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. And Andreas as well. Right, Anil, let's get straight into it. There is the lineup on the right-hand side of the screen, mate. No Mavididi out for the season, we're hearing, but what do you make to the lineup?
It's pretty honking, isn't it, really? I mean, look, elephant in the room. Obviously, this week's all been about Jamie Vardy, but Van Nistelrooy's still here. I mean, who thought that was the case? Everyone thought, just like Southampton, as soon as that R was next to the Leicester name in the table, that he would be gone. Now, look, I don't think he should stay. I've said that a few times already. But if you were going to stay, what is that lineup all about? Like, where's the players for the future? And, you could still say people at Monger, it's still too early, but Casey McAteer, you still got FaZe. He's not going to be here next season. Reed is honking. I mean, at least Ricardo's playing, but you should have Justin and Ricardo, in my opinion. It's to be honest with you, it sums up, let's see what Lucas say, but to be honest with you, it sums up Van Nistelrooy, I think, in a nutshell, this lineup.
Go on, Luke.
Just before I rant, you can hear me all right, yeah? Because it was lagging a bit for me.
Yep, got you.
Okay, the biggest problem is, right, we talk about, and I'm in complete agreement of Anil for what it's worth. We don't know what Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be doing over next season, right? We're all just on the assumption that he's going to leave, right? Let's say that hypothetically we all knew Ruud van Nistelrooy was going to be here next season. Then he could turn around and be like, right, who wants to be here next season? Who's in it for the championship? Don't bullshit me. Who's talking to their fucking agents? And if that's the case, then they get the Winks and the Vestergaard treatment. Fuck off. I'm already thinking about next season. And this is the problem with that, because now we've got Bobby Donkey over Reed, who, in my opinion, doesn't scream the future. It doesn't scream any chance or hope of a yo-yo club, although you may disagree, Premier League player, whatever that's worth for you. But for me, it should be about who's going to be here next season, who's going to be in our future plans, who we're going to be able to build upon a new foundation around the youth. In my opinion, Bobby Donkey over Reed is not one of them. We know St. Murray's not going to be here. FaZe, I could rant for ages. But this is the problem with what we don't know what's happening for manager. We don't know the future plans and what we're building around.
Well, and Neil, I slightly disagree with Luke on one thing, and that is Bobby De Cordova-Reid, because for me, that is actually one who will be here next season. He's not going to go anywhere. But I know what Luke's trying to say, because there's a comment up, Donkey Overreed. There's a comment up here. Let me find it. There it is. It says, not a lineup that smacks of preparing for next season, because Rude has said that all week for the last couple of weeks. Facundo Buonanotte. Let me think. Oh, yes, Aloni, who is going to be gone after this season and will never play for Leicester City again, most likely. That's a strange one when you've got Casey McAteer on the bench, who played really well against Brighton. There's others that we can talk about. I suppose you talk of Fass and Cody. Well, yes, Fass is leaving, but as we're led to believe yesterday, so is Okoli, so maybe that's why he's not in the squad. Maybe he's... Because I heard something a few weeks ago that he was trying to get a move and stuff like that. So it just doesn't... There's no consistency in it with what Rude says and the actions that come from it. Because as you said, I think it was you, Anil, or somebody said it the other day, Rude just chats bullshit. He just waffles.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a point that maybe McAteer isn't fully fit, although I'm not really sure about that, to be honest with you, either. Where's Okoli? He definitely will be here next season, you would have thought, instead of FaZe, maybe even Cody. So, yeah, I just don't get it. So I think it's a very... Exactly. The only thing is that, and as you say, the only reason people are happy to see Vardy in the team is because he's leaving. If he wasn't, even that would probably be the wrong decision. So, whatever, Rude, whatever. Yeah.
Luke, continuing with the theme of next season, what do you make to this comment here, which says, I don't know why we don't start Skip purely now for next season? Because Luke, believe it or not, even Manny has been saying start Skip because, well, Manny doesn't want him to stay. Manny just wants him in the shop window. But I think that's hopeful thinking, to be honest with you. But still, Oliver Skip signed on a 4-year deal, £20 million. Now that relegation's confirmed, surely this is the type of game that you'd put him in and see what he can do.
I spot on agree. Look, to be honest with you, I don't think Skip's as honking as we all make him out to be. I think that the price tag and the fact that we already had so many defensive midfielders already makes him seem worse than he really is. Plus, he hasn't been able to get a consistent run of games purely because of competition and position. It's more the signing, the money we paid, and the position that was stupid. I definitely agree with that comment. I think he should be starting at someone that we can build around. We all, as and Neil put very, very good. One of your last recent videos, he's not been, Winks I'm referring to, has not been very professional. It's now 2 managers he's fallen out with, and I think that's piss poor. What bothers me more is you say that Bobby Donkey Overreed's probably going to be here next season because of the signing and the money we paid for him. I agree. But the problem is that, like, now we're going to see, like, I'm not saying McAteer has anywhere near the ceiling of potential and, prospect that Will Alves had before he done his ACL. But the problem is if we're going to be playing these older players like IU and Bobby Donkey Overreed next season just because they're Premier League proven, and if we have any ambitions of even being a yo-yo club, that stifles the development of all these younger players that could be developing and moving on to bigger things, or at the very bare minimum, putting him in the shop transfer window for a subsequent season where we can get a money and a pure profit off a academy player. So I don't like this model of playing older players and ruining what we're supposed to be having this, this premier puppy mill coming out of King Power and putting money into it. And as Manny likes saying, it's going to take a while to be able to get a return. Well, we're fucking ruining that by buying and playing all these old players. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents.
Facundo might be because of an agreement. Fucking agreement. We're going down. Who gives a
I don't
shit
think
about...
that's the case. He's been dropped for ages under Rude. There's definitely no agreement there.
And equally, there's no way Facundo Buonanotte is staying at Leicester because we're not going to be forking out. I mean, he's, yes, he's been off the boils since Cooper left, but he's still probably a 30 million pound player at a minimum. Never going to play for Leicester. I mean, this one here, Anil, Rude has been using this word all week, align. Oh, I'll see if my vision aligns with the board. Well, his comments do not align with his actions. How can you sit there for the last 3 weeks saying the most important thing now is putting the club in a good stead for next season and, look into the future, and you play a lone player? It's just, it makes me hate him even more. And I know that's harsh, but...
No, it's not harsh at all. I was going to say, I think the blue-tinted glasses vision for the club is for Ruud van Nistelrooy not to be here. So hopefully King Power aligns with that vision and make it happen in the next few weeks.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think to this, Luke? Only reason I can think of starting FaZe is to pad his stats and throw some more highlights on his self-marketing video. If that's true, we can sell him fine. I don't know if you knew this, Luke. I don't know if you watched the stream back that we did in the week, but it came out that Wout FaZe's agency did a compilation of his highlights from the Everton game. Do you remember the score in that game, Luke? The Everton game?
No, you're trying to wind me up. The game's not, a ball's not even been kicked yet, and you're trying to wind me up. Yes,
4-0.
I remember. Yes, oh, for fuck's sake.
And Wout FaZe's agency put out a montage of his best bits from that game.
Yeah, well, his agent's a fucking idiot. Like, what are we doing here? Who's going to pay? I can't believe he's still in a Belgium international. It winds me up. But yeah, here's a good comment here as well. Why are we not playing? Jay, Manny. I just realized it was Manny, by the way. I just pulled up, I didn't even read it. Why are you not playing? Every time we've seen him play, he's been good. He's been promising. He's ambidextrous. He's one that we can build upon next season. I'm sorry, Doc. Victor Christensen's never a Premier League player and never will be. Woyo could be. Just saying.
Not even on the bench.
Who, Christensen?
Woyo. Not even on the bench.
This is why Ruud van Nistelrooy is a fucking idiot. Unless he knows something that I don't. I don't know. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the most arrogant player. Yeah, we know that for sure. Blaze says maybe just keeping him around while we shop for a new manager instead of trying to shove in an interim. If we've got to pay him, might as well let him manage. Probably good that they are not rushing it. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose the concern with that, Anil, is by keeping him is you continue the rot. Although you could say the last two games haven't been, the rot stopped because yes, we only got 1 point from the last two, but they were better performances. But I don't see what the harm would have been to put in an interim. Maybe the club and Anil just aren't convinced yet. Maybe they don't know if they're going to get rid of him. Maybe a part of their brain is saying, maybe it is a good decision to keep him around a bit longer.
The owners are clueless. We know this. I mean, it's just the same Steve Cooper situation all over again. Had the international break, didn't sack him. I was like, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to wait till Christmas for him to go. Then like, no, we'll get rid of him. And then it's like, oh, right, well, they must have someone lined up. No, caretaker's in charge. Clueless. It's absolutely ridiculous situation really to find themselves in. But yeah, coming back to, I mean, I think Luke's right to point out why isn't Woyo Koulibaly then in the squad? That is the one player that he did sign. We've seen, how many minutes have we seen? Like probably a total of 60. We're down now. Give the guy a chance. Get him some time to play. We literally know there's people in this team that aren't going to be playing next season. It's crazy. And
Woyo vanished since Brentford, and funny enough, that was his first start. And he did quite well. He picked up a booking, but he did well. And I mean, it was nice to see a bit of pace and driving forward down that right hand side from Woyo. And yeah, he just got dragged straight away. Toe control comment for the Duck. Luke Thomas is better than VK. Don't, because we got into a right little conversation yesterday in our group chat about it, and he was trying to tell me that Victor's being harshly treated, and I'm just like, what are you on? He's not even Victor hasn't even been lambasted that much compared to the others, and Duck thinks he's being harshly treated. I don't know. It's those red and white tinted glasses that Duck wears. Caleb says, I don't think Ruud knows how to develop players, thus he relies on the experienced ones. That could be a shout there. Somebody asked what kit are we in. I think it's the home kit. Gold versus. I've always wondered, are Wolves gold, orange, yellow?
Gold. It is supposed to be gold. Yeah.
Okay, gold it is. Well, let me bring this up quickly. Let me find it. We never look threatening from set pieces with Cody and Fast. I mean, when do we ever look threatening from set pieces? I suppose you could say Okoli, right? Because he scored one against Brighton, Luke.
Yeah, and I think set pieces are even an issue under Enzo, to be honest with you. But yeah, Cole is the one I can remember. And before that, the last one I remember was FaZe in our last game against West Ham, I'm pretty sure, when we got relegated last time. Had a pressing set.
I honestly don't think we've been good at set pieces since we had Ranieri in charge.
Yeah, under Rodgers, it was terrible.
Yeah, Puel, no good. Maresca, no good. And, obviously you got to, temper your expectations. But for example, this is probably before your time, when Martin O'Neill was in charge, there was one season where I think we scored like 16 goals from corners or something absolutely ridiculous. We had Steve Guppy crossing it in and stuff like that. So, yeah.
We brought in that Dane, didn't we? Set piece coach, Dane. And he was as useful as all the other Danes at the football club.
Lars Nutted or something his name was, I think. Yeah.
I think he improved us like very, 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 very minutely, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's all been downhill with the Danes since, well, other than Casper and Mads. Right. Okay. Let's get the score predictions in. Who's going to go for a goal for Leicester? Who's going to say, go on, Anil? What are you telling me, mate? Score prediction.
I am actually going to go for a goal for Leicester. I actually think it'll be 1-1 today. And the reason is just purely because for us, there's no pressure. And you know what? For Wolves, there's no pressure either. A little bit of a word for Wolves. 5 wins in a row. When this manager was in charge... When this manager... that's what happens when you compliment the opposition on blue-tinted glasses. Get out of my stream. I was going to say that, when the reverse fixture happened, I think we were 6 points clear of them before the game kicked off, and now look at them. So fair play to them, but I think they've got no issues. So I think we'll actually get a draw. It might be an entertaining game. Also, might just be an absolute nothing burger game where nothing happens.
Yeah, go on, Luke. What are you saying, mate? What's your score prediction?
I'm going to go for Leicester City 2, Everton 1.
Leicester City, Everton.
Stuck in the past, mate.
Too many beers there, Luke, mate.
I was just testing to see if you guys were slipping. Of course, I meant Leicester City and Wolverhampton. I'm going to go Leicester City 2, Wolverhampton. Sorry, I was looking at Everton on my screen. I got distracted. I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1. Jamie Vardy to score. And then they'll be on 199 goals. But we have
see us getting a pen today. Yeah,
that would be nice. Well, you can see up here where the clock started, the timer started. We are into the game. And yeah, get the score predictions in the chat. More importantly, get your score predictions in the live chat. We'll bring them up on screen. We'll see later on today who was right. This is a must-win game if we want a chance to stay up.
The comeback starts now. Interesting that Reed is playing on the left-hand side. I suppose that's what we expected with the lineup.
And Neil, why do you think that Buenote, from your tactical mind, has struggled so much under Ruud van Nistelrooy compared to Cooper, other than obviously not getting consistent starts?
No, he's not been used in the right position either, has he? And he had his confidence destroyed early on. It's weird because we said Ruud's probably best game still, arguably, was the first game against West Ham when he had McAteer, El Khanous and Buonanotte all playing together.
People forget how many shots was it like 20 or 24 shots that West Ham had against us in that game 30. As well? 30, yeah. See, it wasn't all that.
That's why he started going defensive really early on, because he saw that.
Yeah, Luke, can you put your camera down, mate? The people need to see your beautiful face more. You're hiding.
What do I look like? All right.
Floating head.
There we go. There we go. That's better. There we go. Let me just bring up some of the score predictions. Rye says 1-1. Blaze is saying 2-1. Is your name Blaze? That's a sick name. But listen to this, actually. Listen to how funny this is, lads. So I went to Amsterdam about 5 years ago, flying with EasyJet. And as we got on the plane, the pilot did an announcement over the tannoy, as they do, and where they introduced it, when they say their names. And no word of a lie, the pilot to Amsterdam was called Captain Blaze. I could not believe it. I was like, he's blazing all day long, mate. Honestly, it was fucking, funny. Godfrey says 3-0 to Wolves. Jonathan says 3-0 to Wolves as well. No reason to assume we'll score. Wow. Don't be like that. He doesn't want to because he's wearing a proper shirt and it's off-brand.
It's a nice shirt, it is.
Shirt on, mate. You're not like you ain't got a Chelsea shirt on, have you? That's Doc's job.
Doc's low-key got like a couple of Brentford kits in his fucking cupboard. We don't know.
I think he said as well, actually, that if Vardy went to Chelsea, for example, he would get another one with Vardy's name on it. I just find it great. I told him the rule: you can't get a shirt from the same country as your club. That's the rule. That's the unwritten rule, in my opinion. You can get a Barcelona one or something, or a Real Madrid. I don't care what you do.
Yeah. I disagree with that. You guys are fucking weird. That's it. I thought that's some like British shit. As an Aussie, you don't go ahead and buy different fucking kits. You are through and through that team and nothing else. You guys can stick that shit up your ass. Fucking. It's an England kit or locks for you. It's Wales, Leicester, nothing else. Don't talk to me.
I was going to say, what if the Barcelona shirt that you buy is €2 from Turkey? I think that's allowed, right? You're not
That's some glory chasing. Why though? That's some glory chasing shit. You're not proud enough to wear a Leicester top. You've got to go ahead and kid on that you're a glory chasing Barca fan.
I don't have one. I'm just saying, in my opinion, that's the rule. I will say it's good to not see Winks and Vestergaard on the bench. Well, they've been banished. I mean, as we saw in John Percy's article.
He's a Forest fan, but he speaks a lot of truth, Peaches.
Yeah, only get your kit club national, no exception. I don't know if having a Captain Blaze on a plane is a good sign or a bad sign. Yeah.
Blaze is like a name that I would like name all my characters on a video game, like when I was like a kid. It's like a fucking 10-year-old's name.
Well, sadly, got to say Wolves have started well. Not sure Vardy's even touched the ball yet. So just another Leicester City performance.
I was going to say, Neil, I was watching Football Focus earlier, which I don't really like it, but it was on and I watched a bit, and they were doing a bit of analysis on this centre back that Wolves signed in January. Is it Agadou or something?
Yeah.
Agadou. And he's looked absolutely quality, mate.
I said at the time he was a good signing. Oh, what did I not say? What was it? Elkins went in for a challenge, missed it. Wolves in. No.
Cunha.
Yeah, the £62 million man going to Man United. What do you make of that?
He's problematic. I mean, I don't know if you've been seeing all his social media activity recently, doing the Damari Gray special and talking about I'll do what I want, what makes me happy, and all this shit. Do you know what I mean? Just get a grip. But the channel I was on the other day, Anil and Luke, talking Wolves, he had a spat with Cunha on social media because.
No way, really?
They reported the story that he posted. Cunha posted it to his story about wanting to leave or something along those lines. Talking Wolves posted it and speaking about it. And Mateus Cunha is there on the comment section saying, maybe I should leave my wife and marry you. You're that obsessed and all of this. I'm like, oh my god! Can you imagine if Bobby Reed did that? Commented on one of our videos. Saying,
you would love that, Lux. You would absolutely.
Imagine he says, "Do you want to marry me, Luke? You're that obsessed with me, talking about me."
that would be epic. The rage, the beef online you would see between the two of them.
100%.
Because Luke wouldn't back down. That's for sure.
You'd have to fucking double down. You'd have to be like, I've never seen a man from down under marry a donkey. Tune into Bluetooth glasses Monday.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Since we played Wolves in December, we have 4 points. They have 29.
That's incredible. Crazy. On both sides, to be honest with you.
Salsurin, we have a family of viewers, by the way. Ben Alex and Salsurin Alex. I think they're... Was it Thailand? Correct me if I'm wrong. You moved over to Thailand. Salsurin is here next to me. He says, hello, Locks. I'm coming to England in December and we'll go to my first Leicester game ever. Well, enjoy that, mate. It'll be a good experience until it's Wrexham 4, Leicester City 0. That won't be so good, but yeah. Jamie Vardy with a hat-trick for Wrexham.
Phase, man.
It's what phase, mate. What phase?
Ricardo stepping into midfield now. Doing well.
Locks, do you still feel confident he's here next season? Sorry, I talk over you.
Hey, Ricardo?
It looks like he is going to stay, yeah.
Yeah, I am, man, because I just don't see, with his injury record and his age, and with only a year left, I don't see a club paying much for him at all. I think the club would probably decide to just keep him until his contract expires.
Yeah, and he'll get a better deal.
We need to start making some ground rules for this bet of ours, Locks, that we haven't talked about live yet.
There's no ground rules, mate. It's very simple. It's very simple.
Yeah, we allowed milk
past there. Oh no, they've gone for the chip. Oh,
bloody hell!
I would have left the stream if that went in.
And Neil, you've got a fan here from Formula One, Sebastian Vettel.
I'm a big fan of Sebastian Vettel. Very good behind the wheel, I've got to say. Better driver than me.
Better driver than Rude is of a football club. I'm a big fan of Anil and his analysis. He orchestrates his thoughts with clarity. There we go.
How many times did Vettel win the F1 World Championship, by the way?
My guess would be 5.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Wow.
Let me have a look.
Wolves not winning any
4.
haircut.
4. And how many has Hamilton got? 7 or something ridiculous?
7, yeah.
Jesus, man.
Joint with Schumacher, right?
Oh, it's the joint, is it? I thought he beat him.
Sure.
I didn't really follow it anymore, but when I was a kid, like, it was actually just boring because Schumacher was so good.
Well, that's what it was like with Hamilton for years, like Mercedes thingy.
Yeah, no, I can believe it. I can believe it. That's the problem with F1 sometimes. It's just it's not like it's dull, but if you just got, it's not competitive because it's just one, team that's way too good.
Oh, what the fuck!
But that was not had a good game so far. He misplaced a few tackles, and that's another pass. Okay, fair play. He's trying to win it back there.
Oof, ball in to Strand Larson, cleared by Fast.
No.
I love you guys to bits, but you guys got to leave it alone with the fucking Bilal's going to be better or is better than Mads at the same time.
No. Bilal is better than what James Maddison was when he was 20 years old playing for Aberdeen.
Fucking mind, man. There's no way, dude. There's no fucking way.
James Maddison at Aberdeen.
What do you mean he isn't?
James
For
Maddison
some reason, Luke, you think that Scottish football is like the equivalent of playing Real Madrid and Barcelona every week. When James Maddison scores a free kick against like some League One standard team,
Rangers.
you're like, oh, he's so good.
The European side, fuck, it was Rangers, man. Come on, dude. It was Rangers.
Luke, James Maddison Bilal El Khanous in the Scottish League would just look like fucking Messi. Genuinely, man. Like, he'd get kicked a lot, but Maddison was not a late bloomer because he was always good. But when was his Premier League debut? 22? I want to say he was 22. Look at Bilal. He's doing it at 20.
He went to Norwich after Aberdeen, I'm pretty sure. Did he not?
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, should we still sign Lawrence Shankland?
Who's that?
He's 4 goals in 29 games, by the way. You're elite level
like that. Come on, bro.
What's this about? Has he just dropped you in it? What's this call? What's this shout?
For some reason, like I say, Luke thinks that Scottish football is like, who's this down injured, by the way? Facundo. Basically, last season, Lawrence Shankland scored a load of goals, and Luke's like, we should sign him. This jobber in the Scottish League. I was saying he's got like 4 goals in 29 appearances this season for Hearts.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that man. No. I don't think I've ever heard that guy's name before in my life.
Hey, look who's turned up.
Chogosaurus Rex.
Hey.
Oh, not Reese. So I'm not calling you a Chogosaurus. I was calling Jordan Ayew a Chogosaurus. Oh dear. Maddison is overrated. Only plays for himself. James Maddison has. James Maddison has more hairstyles in a season than goals, mate. That's what James Maddison has. Looking back at Vardy's goal in the Ranieri era, it was obvious that Vardy was getting serviced much better, particularly from Mahrez. Yeah, of course. Riyad Mahrez or Jordan Ayew providing the service. Who would you rather?
Well, that's kind of true, but I actually think he got as good service during the Brendan Rodgers years. I mean, like the way that we played under Ranieri, we didn't have much of the ball, but whenever we won the ball back, we were a threat every time Kante won the ball back, to be honest with you, right? So, and then when we had the chance, it would be almost one-on-one with Vardy. That's why his, opportunities were so good. But then when we transitioned to like a possession team under Brendan Rodgers, you got to say that Maddison and Tielemans and Barnes, some of them were pretty creative. I mean, it's interesting that he had Tielemans in his best team of all time with Vardy.
Yeah. Well, I think Yuri was.
Because he didn't pick Maddison, for example. I thought he might, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think Yuri was one of the first players that came to the club where you thought, like,
wow,
this is a Champions League level player. I know Mahrez but he was the first one we signed who was already at that level. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, we were excited for a reason, even when he came on loan, weren't we?
Exactly. And he was always this football manager and FIFA wonder kid, right, for years. I don't agree with this, by the way. Does anybody agree with it? I don't agree with this.
I do.
Nah. Anil, go on, talk to us, mate. I don't agree with this comment.
It depends if you're saying over like the entire history of their career, then no. But I think if you were to take it like at their absolute peak, then I think there is an argument for that. But in general, you'd say it involves consistency, length of time, etc. Then I'd say no.
I could name 5 better. I was going to say you can name 5 better easily. I'd say Thierry Henry, Aguero.
All the players that are in your top 5 are surrounded by absolute world-class superstars,
Yes.
whereas Vardy was not. He also was in a much less star-studded quality. He won the Golden Boot past 30. He scored more goals than Ronaldo. He scored more goals than Van Nistelrooy. He scored more goals in the Premier League than so many other people. Bergkamp as well, people that you regard as absolute legends who are surrounded by absolute monsters of people that are servicing the balls. Whereas Vardy, yes, he had Mahrez and Kante and many others over the years. But in my opinion, Vardy's had to work of much less. I think Vardy's better than so many other people. He doesn't get the credit he deserves, in my opinion. And I'm obviously saying that through blue-tinted glasses, but that's my 2 cents.
Well, I think he's top 10.
Wow. Thomas just got skinned.
Yeah, he has been. Doc will be clipping that up. Oh, chance. Oh, poor touch from Facundo. No, Neil, I would go.
Vardy could be in it.
That's a red.
Foul. No, it's not a red. I would say top 10 Anil, but I'm going with Aguero over Vardy. I'm going with Rooney over Vardy. I'm going.
Oh,
with
really?
Suarez.
That's a surprising one, the Rooney. Okay.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney. What's fucked? Wayne Rooney.
No, the reason is. So some people would say he's not really a striker. He was more of a 10. Like, it says a lot that Ronaldo was moved up in front of him when they started changing the system.
Yeah. Well, Luis Suarez.
Yeah, he's better for sure.
Aguero.
Yeah. Henry, another one. Shearer, probably. Yeah.
Shearer.
Here's a controversial one, but I think the numbers don't lie. You'd probably have to say Harry Kane was better than Vardy in terms of consistency over his
ability. Kane is a better footballer.
I genuinely think he's overrated as fuck, Harry Kane.
This is a thing. I get this comment. Vardy's done it with average players, but are you trying to tell me that Thierry Henry wouldn't have done it with average players? He would have. Thierry Henry was an elite footballer. He would have done it with average players. Like, that's not even a doubt in my mind. You know, the elite players can. I mean, look at Messi. He's gone to fucking into Miami. He's playing with a load of bombs and he's still playing incredibly well.
The whole league's full of bombs, though. Hang on a minute. Do you honestly think that Aguero would have been as good as he was at a team like Leicester?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I'm not saying he would have been I'm not saying he would score the same number of goals, but I still think he would be better than Vardy. He's a better footballer. He's a better striker than Vardy, in my opinion.
For what it's worth, like I say, if you're considering peak, I do actually think Vardy at his peak is in the top 5, in my opinion, because I don't think there's been a better striker in Premier League history, actually, as a on the counter attack. That was good effort there, Conor Cody there.
Thank you for raising my next point. So what? Vardy's been good counter-attacking under Ranieri, and he's been good under possession-based under Enzo and also Brendan Rodgers. So it's 2 different styles of brand.
Thierry Henry was pretty good on the break as well, though, to give him credit, right? As was Luis Suarez. But I'm saying, you know.
I know you mean. I'm saying this through like heavily blue-tinted glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's top 10 without a question, but I suppose it comes down to what criteria.
But I will say that both Vardy and Ian Wright, they are truly legends for something else, which is being the players to go from non-league to the Premier League and smash it up there. That is fairly unique, and that's why both of those guys are, for me, like I have more favoritism towards them than a lot even of the top players.
I love Ian Wright.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a sound guy. I've actually met him in real life. He's hilarious, man.
Really?
He's someone I kind of feel like he could just be like a stand-up comedian. if he didn't have a career in football, and he'd probably be half good at it.
That video with his teacher kills me every time.
Yeah.
That gets me every time, man.
I mean, it's a bit similar to Vardy. Like Ian Wright had run-ins with the police and everything, that sort of stuff. So that's what I think you respect them even more.
I don't like this as an argument because, like you just said, we'll never know if Aguero could do it for Leicester. Well, no, but you never know if Vardy could do it for Arsenal because we never saw it. This is my point. It's enough. Like you can't use it on one side of the argument and not the other. Is Wolves tackled by, was that Luke Thomas? There's one for Doc. Vardy or Pete Heskey? Somebody asked. It's got to be Vardy, isn't it? It's got to be Vardy.
You know, I just realized, Anil, we've got that painful commentator right now.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Karen Kearney.
I hate that bitch.
She's the reason we went down, if you ask me. Her just commentating on our games.
Yeah, what did she say? She said something crazy earlier in the season. I can't remember what it was.
She was having a dig at Mads, I remember, at one point. It was like,
yeah,
behave. Yeah, I got to say, though, watching Wolves play here compared to when they came to the King Power, you can just see the massive improvement, like structurally, the way that they're set up and they move around. But so far, I don't think we've been too bad. It's kind of funny, though. It is kind of like both teams are on a beach game at the moment.
That was the vibe I was getting big time as well from Liverpool last week. They've lost a bit of pep in the step. They've got nothing really to play for, other than obviously the 1 point.
Let me this one as well. Another response from Reese. Players that can do it.
Mads, man, he's having a bit of a. Unfortunately, maybe he knows that Karen Kearney's there. Players
that can do it with average players can do it with world class. But that's always the case because Anil and Luke, how many times have you seen a player from a lesser club that's been overperforming and playing really well for a small club goes to a big club and struggles? It's not always the case. I mean, I always think of let's talk. There's a recent one, Jack Grealish. Really good for Aston Villa, gone Man City, piss poor. And then I think of others. I think there was
pretty much anyone Man United signs. Vardy chance there.
Andy Carroll, he did really well for Newcastle, went to Liverpool, and he was absolutely atrocious. Wilfred Bonney, Swansea, he was really good for Swansea, went Man City, did fuck all. So it's not always the case. Zaha, somebody's put a comment here. Zaha, yeah. So anyway, that's the Vardy debate over.
I will say, though, I think it says a lot, though, that Wenger wanted to sign him.
Yes.
Because, I mean, because at that time as well, it hadn't been proven that Vardy could play in a possession team. And then with Brendan Rodgers, he proved he could. And that shows you that Wenger knows ball. That he looked at it and he's like, this guy's movement, he ain't going to have no problem. Feel like
problem as well, we don't know what...
Here.
I was going to say pre-match, we're going to find out a lot about, attitude of the players and stuff like that. But because we don't know who's going to be here next season in terms of a manager, I feel like no, not so much. Like I was curious to see if we're going to start seeing players.
I thought we've been okay in this game so far. But again, this feels a bit like when they came to the King Power, which is that this is the team that, like, if things would have been better, this would have been a must-win game. And they just look levels above us. This is a huge worry for the future. Like Luke, you and I keep saying to you that I think we're just a championship club now, but it's like, how on earth do we build a squad that gives us a chance to keep up with teams like this? If this is the team that's going to be the 4th or 5th worst team in the league, the gulf is absolutely huge. It's a real worry.
There's a Wolves fan here that says, "Hi chaps, I'm a Wolves fan. Feel like this could be a slip up for us."
Yeah, but do you care? I mean, you're safe now, right? I mean. Yeah. Your mission was accomplished and accomplished easy. And with that manager you've got, give him a few more signings in the summer. I mean, because their current form, if it kept going, they'd finish in Europe. It's crazy.
I'll tell you what, though, looking at the table, lads, like West Ham are on 36 points. Spurs are on 37. Wolves now, by the way.
They're ahead of them, are they not?
Right now, they're in 13th above Everton, United, Tottenham, and West Ham. That's a that's a great escape Leicester level turnaround.
Yeah,
but,
it is. It is.
But like a nil, so the next the safe team West Ham, 36 points. I mean, even with a new manager, with a different option, would we have got to that?
No, that's my point.
Graham Potter. I mean, we've seen what he's done at West Ham. Not much.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's say best case scenario, we get promoted next season. We're back in the Premier League in 2 years' time. You got to build a team to get to 40, 41, 42 points. How are we going to do it? Because the thing is, as well, is all the like properly good players. Like, I don't think Ricardo's going to be around then. Probably Ndidi won't be around then. So, because that's the thing is like the issue is that these teams, right, is that they're building up these squads over time. So even if you have like basically, it feels like the only way you can do it. Like I saw actually you were on the Just Joe show with the Leeds fans. It's like, unless you may have like 5 signings and every single one of them is like 8 or 9 out of 10, how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
We had one chance and one chance only under Enzo, and I just still think that the signings we would have made under him would have been levels above. Never in a week of never in a month of Sundays would we have signed Bobby, Donkey, Everett, and Turtle IU under
this season was sabotage for sure, has been sabotage. But look, there's no point crying over spilt milk. Looking at the future, I'm just saying, even if we have a really good, like I say, maybe what will happen is some of the kids from the academy will be good, but the problem is that, you know, even if you're good in the Championship and you come up, it's rare that you just take to the Premier League right away. I mean, look, it has happened. You've got to say Liam Delap stepped up, but again, you think 4 or 5 people are going to do that at once? Tough times.
That's
not true, though, is it? Because the team that's going to finish 4th from bottom is going to have 36 points or something like that.
They'll probably have more. I mean, it's West Ham, and I mean, let me see West Ham what games they have coming up. For
this worth to Posh Matty there, I did actually think that would be the case. I actually thought that this season you might be able to stay up with 32 points. But as it's been shown, if we had 32 points right now, we end the season with 32 points, you're still going to be down by about 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Luke? Do you think Leeds are going to be different? I know you hate them. But one thing you can say about Leeds is they do have massive investment from the 49ers in America. They have, I know they're only a sponsor, but they are actually involved a bit more than that, by the way. They are involved a bit more. Red Bull, they do have them links, them contacts, connections.
What if they sign Jamie Vardy?
Wow.
That's fucked.
Oh, Jamie Vardy in a Red Bull shirt. You're right, Anil. That would be crazy.
Play for Forest.
Chance save by Mads. Yeah, so what do you think, Luke? Do you think there's a chance they could do better than the 6 teams? Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich.
Well, look, I want to sit here and talk shit and slag them off, but I'll give a sensible answer. I have not watched enough of them. Obviously, I haven't watched much Championship this season, so I don't want to sit here and try and pretend to talk about what I know about what I don't. But what I will say is they've had another season to work under Farke. Whether Leeds fans believe in him or not, it's a different story after they shit the bed against Southampton. But again, I hate to keep going on about spilt milk, but that's where I felt like if there's any chance of us staying up, I know the gulf in quality is huge between the 2 leagues now, but I think that we had that under Enzo where we could have built upon that. We had a season to work under him, where if that would have fallen apart in the Premier League is always going to be up for debate. But we could have built upon that same style. We could have built upon it with signings that would have fit the mold of, rotations and stuff like that. And I just think that that's obviously the biggest reason why we went down. To answer your question, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll have to see more of him, but I still think that it's going to be I think all 3 clubs coming back up for the Championship this season are all going to struggle, just like the 3 teams this season have.
Yeah, and I suppose 3 of the teams that are up there, Leeds, Burnley, Sheffield United, they've all been in the Premier League recently. Imagine if a Middlesbrough or, a Sunderland or something like that go up who haven't had the Premier League money, that haven't had any Premier League players. They're going to fucking really struggle. I mean, Luton did a good job. They did a decent job of trying. They've been relegated, and now it's almost as like, I don't know. I mean, Anil, what's your take on this with Luton? It's almost like they were just playing off pure bloody vibes, and the vibes have run out. That's what Oh, fast with a goal line.
Actually did all right there. Yeah, do you know what? Theirs is a bizarre story because, well, maybe it's not right. I think what it is, if we're being honest, is that if you look at Luton, they've never really had like a proper style of play. I think they did well. They had really good team spirit. And I think they did find a few signings that were like undervalued, so better than they probably should have been. And then I feel when they were in the Premier League, they did well. But again, they just sort of like, it was underdog football, right? Just like defend deep occasionally. And let's just see this out. Got a feeling Wolves going to score. They're knocking on the door. So they had a sort of style that worked because they weren't really expected to get anything out of any game, play on the counter, you know, be physical when needed. And they got some surprise points of doing that. But I think they've gone down to the Championship as one of the favourites. But now they're expected to actually play football. And they don't really know how to. So, but I will say, though, that it did seem like when they came up to the Premier League that they were signing just to like be really good in the Championship again. Now, surely they're going to score here. No? Okay.
Yeah, we're getting fucking rinsed here, boys.
We are, but here we go. Transition.
Reed, donkey over Reed.
Donkey.
Facundo down the right. See, this is where...
No, slow the attack down. This is rude. What are you doing, bruvs?
Yeah. I mean, Luke, I would say this crazy talk this week about Leeds potentially sacking Daniel Farke after promotion. A lot of people are calling it crazy and disgraceful and all of this, but to me, actually, it shows ambition.
Yeah, I think it could even be smart, if I hate to say it, because basically what they're looking at it is that like he hasn't. It's weird because you think they've been champions, but they haven't been impressive in either season. That's just the reality. And given his track record, and you've only got one chance to do it, and they probably are looking at us as well and thinking, well, that's the thing. If you get a manager who's only really good in the Championship, because the thing is as well is under Farke, it's not like they've not been spectacular, right? They've won because they've got the best squad. Quite similar to Burnley as well. Like Burnley, they've got promoted with Scott Parker. So I think it kind of proves that, let's say, instead of getting Enzo, we'd have got Scott Parker, probably would have got promoted. That's the reality, right? But does that mean anything? You know, maybe it does. I mean, maybe we're being a bit like we're kind of poo-pooing the idea. Because, like, you know, I said this, like, for example, I don't want Sean Dyche to be in charge. But if Sean Dyche was put in charge in the summer, I think we're going up. I would say that pretty confidently. Problem is that what I'm trying to say is it's not so much. What? Oh, hang on.
Oh no.
That was
Ben Nelson scored for Oxford, by the way. Ben Nelson.
Is he?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Get in. Go on, lad. He's one that I forgot really unlucky that Enzo went because Enzo was playing Ben Nelson ahead of Cody by the end, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah, Nelson probably would have stuck around and being a squad player for sure. Suter would have gone as he did because Enzo, I don't think liked him too much. But
that said, low key, let's watch out for Nelson and Alves. They should be knocking on the door, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sold on Alves, lads. I don't know.
Well, no, he's not as hyped as what was being made out to be. But I'm saying if you watch him play for Cardiff.
Ball in!
Yeah.
Goal. Is that
It was coming. It was coming.
It's
you can't say that was undeserved. Couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been speaking a lot, everybody in the chat, but like,
Wolves have been peppering the goal there. They've been turning the throttle up. That was a well-worked goal as well. Like I say, this is the levels, is that, you know. For what it's worth, in this game, though, I don't think we've been too poor, but it is just a clear case of like you're playing a team that's just better than you, right?
Well, we're playing a team that, let me check the
El Nouri here
now.
No, he's free though, Cunha. That is a bit after the 1-2. Is that?
Yeah,
look, that's no one's gone out to him. He's drifted between the lines there.
We're playing a team that are now currently 13th in the league, sat on 41 points.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone through Cody's legs. Nuts him.
Blame Manny for that because I think Aït-Nouri got the assist there, and Manny said he was putting Aït-Nouri in his fantasy team. So there you go. I mean, it's a smart thing to do against Leicester.
Yeah.
To be fair, Luke, I was going to say Vitor Pereira. I kind of laughed this off a little bit when you look at his managerial history when he first joined. Like he's just been at so many different clubs abroad, but he's turned him around completely, Luke.
I forgot about his how many, like 20 clubs or something he's managed?
Yeah.
Something rowdy, like heaps in Saudi as well. He's turned around. They've also had January transfer window as well. Go on.
Bobby Reed. Too slow to get to the
Donkey.
ball, eh? I'm just bringing up Vitor Pereira's. He's had 4 clubs since 2022.
I think it was 2005, if I remember correctly, was the first year he started managing. So he's been around for a minute. Let me know if I'm got my trivia right.
No,
Yeah, I'm
I
bringing it up now. Here we go. Once it loads, there you go. There's his history.
wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
No, I was wrong.
All over the shop, literally everywhere in the world. China, Japan,
Brazil, Turkey.
Greece, Brazil, yeah, Saudi, Portugal, of course. Crazy. Close your legs, Cody. Yeah.
It's a bit harsh. What happened there is that like they did a 1-2, and it was when Ricardo was kind of like inverting and coming back to his defensive position. So him and Ndidi were slightly out of position, and so Cunha's drifted into that space. But that said, then the defender could still get out to him, which is maybe FaZe or Cody. It's a tough one. It's a good move. It's very intelligent from Cunha. It's just the case because he plays the 1-2 and then he drifts into that space. And to be honest with you, that's one of the reasons why Man United and Amorim won him, because, you know, some people just have that instinctive ability to know where the space is. The good tens do, at least.
Somebody asked if it was you, Luke, who said we'd beat Liverpool.
Who asked me?
Here.
It might have been. I didn't say it like I didn't say it with sincerity. I was like kind of said that tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? I was like trying to
Just pick on Luke Day.
Yeah, Duck's not here.
You just wanted to prolong the relegation, didn't you, last week? That was all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody put a bet on it and lost their mortgage, they've said. Thanks, Luke. Oh, man. Do you think the Mill now, like, there's a huge risk that Vardy's farewell tour is just a wet fart. Like, it's just going to go.
No, or it probably should have been.
Every game, it's just going to be, are we going to get Vardy a goal? No. Are we going to get Vardy a goal? No. You'll probably get a penalty on the last day? Miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see him missing it, to be honest. I don't know. Just because you've got Ipswich and Southampton, we've got a chance, I would say.
This is like asking if Leicester are getting relegated. This is like asking if Leicester are getting relegated, Luke. An Aussie, all he knows is barbecue and beer.
Yeah, pretty much. Never take anything I say seriously.
Who is this? Does anybody know who this is?
Oh, good touch.
Oh,
hello.
Look at that. Leicester City player and 4 fucking players in between. God damn it, man.
No, it's chance gone. Oh, better first touch there. That would have been a great opportunity.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was in a group chat a few months ago, and somebody put in there saying Facundo Buonanotte is shite, and I was like, "Shut up, mate. He's like one of our best players. He has been. I don't care if he's fallen out of Rudenil. I don't care if he's being played out of position. He has been dog shit for weeks and weeks and weeks.
He has.
Do you reckon he walks into the Brighton 11 next season?
No.
Does he?
In fact,
this, no?
crazy thing. But unfortunately, Locks is so right that I could actually see him being on loan at Leicester again next season because his level has dropped so much from Premier League standard. But no, I think he'll get another Premier League loan, or he was supposed to go to Feyenoord before we hijacked that loan deal, so maybe he'll go there instead and get European football.
Bilal's having a stinker, boys.
He has, yeah. I was going to say he's been our worst player so far.
Yeah,
hey, maybe we might keep hold of him.
Better than Madison.
Yeah, maybe.
Correct.
Shut up, Luke.
Would that be the same James Madison that missed the penalty to relegate us, Luke? That one.
Hey, man. Hey. Don't be like that. Do you know what was worse than that? Well, what game was it? The Bournemouth game where he passed it back that led to a goal?
Yeah. It was that one.
That was worse. Oh.
James Maddison was playing like, Maradona prior to the World Cup.
Yeah.
He got his England call up. Or did he get it? He didn't get it, did he?
He did. He did get it. But...
And then after that, he was
he wasn't the same.
He was playing like Bobby Reid.
He got injured in the West Ham game right before that World Cup, I'm pretty sure. And you could see that like he was proper motivated to get into that side. And then he got injured, I think, and they subbed him off as a precaution, and he never really cracked the team. He should have, though, in my opinion. But again, I am the biggest Maddison dick rider, if you can't tell.
The thing is, though, you got to say that Maddison's gone to Spurs, and now they've started falling off as well. I mean, although he's still been... I still think they would consider him one of their better players.
He plays a lot deeper at Spurs.
Yeah, he does.
But go on.
No, go on.
No, because I was saying, if you compare that to Tielemans at Villa, like I remember his first 6 months at Villa, even they were like, I'm not sure about this guy. It looks like he's off it, and then he found his form again, and he's been like one of their best players since. Like the standard that we were when we finished 5th twice in a row, he's back to that level.
Yes.
Harvey Barnes for Newcastle, again, he was out of the team for a while, but this latest run that he's on, he's like, they're like, fucking hell, is he better than Anthony Gordon? Obviously, they're not going to go that far, but he's been really, really good.
I was going to say, what happens next season if Mads Hermansen is sold, Vestergaard gets sold, Christensen does a runner to Everton, where he's going to get them relegated probably, and we've got no Danes at the club. Do you reckon Doc will still show up for streams? I don't know. He might.
No, that would be an interesting one.
Follow his Twitter,
especially given his response to every question as well. In Denmark, we think the following:
Copenhagen.
Yeah. I see the training videos.
Will Vardy break the record? But in Denmark, yeah.
Start keeping an eye out on Brentford fan channels just to make sure. Duck might make
the way that it's going, this feels it could be 3 or 4-0. To be honest with you, I think Wolves been very good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna duck out and urinate.
You didn't need to tell us the last bit, mate. But yeah, that's fine. Daniel O'Connor. I'll be honest with you. I'd like to see Palace win the FA Cup. Villa and you guys will get Europe anyway. Give Palace a bit of love. Yeah, Crystal Palace are a unfortunate team, aren't they? They're just whenever anybody talks about a mid-table team that does absolutely nothing, it's always Palace.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
That's kind of why, to be honest with you, they might well do it. Vardy not having the best game here either.
Maddison plays for himself, Glory Hunter. In the FA Cup final, if he had played, we would not have won. He would have just fallen over around the box to score the free kick. Well, he got his little tattoo on his calf of him holding the FA Cup. Huh? Hello to you, Dr. Cox. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, I mean, I asked that question, didn't I, the other day in the group chat? Would you rather be a yo-yo club for the next 10 years, or would you rather be, and you actually win the championship every other year? Or would you rather be 13th in the Premier League every season?
Yeah, generally, I think it's better to have the highs and lows, but I think going up and down is pretty brutal.
And it's not sustainable because you have one bad year when you come down and you're fucked. Yeah.
But for example, even though we're getting relegated again twice, it's still, you got to look at the last 10 years and still think, wow, pretty fucking epic, really.
That's it. Well, I mean, I was on a stream.
Go on.
Oh, Go on. That's nice little Vardy.
Yeah.
Bobby Reid. Fucking hell. Bobby Reid's injured. Jeremy Munger, get him on.
Yes, that would be good to get him on for a whole half. Could you imagine?
But you know what's?
But they'll bring McAteer on first.
Yeah. Or are you?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
I've had a nightmare here, mate. I've had an absolute nightmare.
Oh,
look at that.
Take a picture of that. Leicester season in one picture.
Hey, live chat, clip it, screenshot that. That is Leicester's season. Screenshot that. That is Leicester City season in an image right there. Oh my! What is that? I've just lost half a pint. That's brutal. That is brutal. I was trying to pour it half, like one-handed. I've absolutely ruined it. We might stand a chance at a point today, mate, if we get Bobby Reid off the pitch and get Ayew on. Not Ayew, McAteer or Munga.
I will say we're really missing Mavadidi today.
Someone's given my pint a red card. I think that's. Oh, you screenshotted it. Our season summed up in visual form. Yeah. Well, nearly half time, as you can see on the clock on screen. 44 minutes gone. Wait, what? Apparently, Kelechi Iheanacho is playing
For Middlesbrough.
centre back for Middlesbrough.
Jordan Ayew's coming on.
Oh my fucking god! Why, man? Why? Iheanacho's playing centre back for
What?
Middlesbrough.
I don't believe that. That just feels like a.
Donkey for donkey. Are we taking the piss right now? This is what I mean. Ruud van
Sums up
Nistelrooy,
rude, doesn't it? Sums up
he's
rude.
a fraud. He's a fraud. Ruud van
It's,
Nistelrooy
especially as I would say Wolves have definitely been better, but Leicester have on counter attack today. Just like every time we played this system, it does generate chances. Like we do look threatening when we win the ball and we play those quick vertical passes through the lines. And I agree with you. I think Bobby Reid's been one of those that slowed it down. If that was Mavadidi, we'd look better. So the obvious change to make would be to at least put on a fast player like McAteer, Monga, try someone else even there. But again, you just put another slow player there. It's just...
Oh my god.
Would you make of that, Luke? Bobby Reid off, Jordan Ayew on?
What the fuck? Why?
The Van Nistelrooy.
Replace what? Are you winding me up? Or are you serious?
Genuinely. Bobby Reid injured and that he brings on Ayew.
Yeah, Iheanacho's not playing at centre back. He's playing as a number 10, actually.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
They got Dale Fryan and Joe. They got two centre backs on the team.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
snail
I've seen
football.
Ayew.
That's the problem when you've got Ayew, and I hate to say it, Vardy on the team.
Well, you've got Boyanate, who's never going to feed a ball
Oh,
to fucking Cody.
do you know what? Mad's done well there because Cody looked like he was trying to score an own goal. Forgot that he doesn't play for Wolves anymore.
Boyanate is going to play himself into trouble, play himself into tunnels, and just forget everyone else in the fucking team that's wearing a blue shirt and just think about himself. And then you've got a turtle on the other fucking wing who is slow as shit, terrible in transition. And if he does get the ball in transition, he's passing it back. Then Vardy, unfortunately, hasn't got the pace he's yet to be. So we've got no bite whatsoever on transition. We've got no bite in our build-up. Allows fucking passing the ball to the wrong people. It's like, fuck. I'm getting irked now.
Do you know what I'll
the
say?
fans booed that substitution. By the
Yeah,
way.
it should have done. I got to say, I think if Maresca was coaching Buonanotte, I think he would have sent him back to Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think fucking Christensen would have been banished from the squad altogether. But all Christensen has is a fucking a very fucking mediocre fucking press up top overlapping run with a hopeful maybe cross in the box. He can't fucking pass the ball on the ground. He can't fucking use his other foot. He can't defend. He can't do anything from set pieces. I genuinely don't understand like how he's even in the Premier League.
You missed something while you were away, Luke. I tried to pour a pint, and this is what happened. That was the outcome.
Fucking
Yeah,
locks us up the shandies. Looks like a shandy.
It does actually, yeah.
It's Corona. Look how clear it is, man. Corona.
I'm on rum and coke now. I've tapped out from the
Oh,
ginger
good
beers.
boy.
Go down too easy.
Christensen is a non-league Fuchs.
Let's have it
man.
right. I don't even think he'd be that good in the championship.
I agree with you, Luke. Yeah, I have to say. Because, you know, the problem
I'm
with
not
him
really-
is that he does have a good engine on him, but it's like he's neither good defensively nor offensively, which surprises me because I remember when he was playing for Copenhagen in the Champions League when he looked really good and he looked really good defensively. But that's just like his lack of concentration at times is bewildering.
Yeah, I actually agree. He's like, it's become more, and I was an advocate of wanting to see what he could have done under Enzo, to be honest as well.
Yeah.
Interesting saying that as well. Like, I thought, you know what, like, I think I liked him a lot more when we got relegated the last time because his overlapping runs were good because Barnes looked so isolated at times, didn't track back. I thought that he would bring Barnes into the game a little bit, even just making that option. Not that Barnes ever utilized it, but he's so one-dimensional, and it's, yeah, I just...
Yeah, he's one-footed, doesn't really have that much to his game.
Is Ricardo even playing inverted in this game, or is he playing?
No, he is. I think Ricardo's been one of our better players, actually. But
there's a foul there on Ait Nuri.
As Luke says,
remember, by the
I
way,
think though. You're gone.
I was just literally gonna say, mate, these Wolves players were having fucking meltdowns in December, fighting each other on the pitch, fighting Ipswich players. Didn't Cunha slap an Ipswich member of staff or something?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy the turnaround they've had, man.
But Locks, the difference is they were really underperforming. Like they definitely had a good team. Like the previous season, they finished 13th or something like that. So it was clearly like the manager didn't know what he was doing. That was always the worry. That's what I was saying. Like in the first game that we played against them, even though we had Danny Ward in goal, the fact that they beat us so comfortably was like we're seeing it now. Here's the thing, right? It's like, yeah, this was a team that we had a chance maybe to finish above, but if you look at it, it was never going to happen, right? It doesn't matter who was in charge. Like it's the levels of playing squad. So anyway, we can talk about that in the second half. So that's it.
I was going to say,
yeah,
if they were underperforming a nil, were we overperforming with Steve Cooper?
We were. No, he said that at the time. I mentioned that in the stats. The stats showed we were overperforming, but I will say it's not like we were overperforming massively. And under Rude, actually, you know, with Rude, the sad thing is that we're not even either over or underperforming. We're just performing. The stats say that we're a dog turd team, and that's what we are. So that's 1-0. Wolves leading. Mateus Cunha, well worked goal. Leicester, very few opportunities, a few on the break. Bobby Reed's gone off injured, been replaced by Jordan Ayew. Yes, it's that good. Jamie Vardy, will he score a goal? I'm not sure he'll even get an opportunity to have a shot on goal. That's unfortunately what the game looks like at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, let's bring this up here.
You got the stats.
Screen. Yeah, here we go. Here's the stats then. 65% possession. I've lost them. 1 second.
I mean, to be fair, because even though Wolves have been really good, that shows you that they haven't been like, you know, making chance after chance.
What's going on?
Because their XG is not like insane or anything like that. You'll go to there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
But they've been good.
XG.
Like I said, I've been pretty impressed by them. I think they're actually structurally set up quite well.
That's probably one of the best first half XGs we've had this season.
Under Rude,
in 1 half, in the first half alone, because normally ours come later on. 0 big chances, of course, for Leicester City. We've had 4 shots. Mads has been tested once, 1 corner. So Luke, what did you make to that first half, mate? Because it was pretty shit, wasn't it?
Pretty fucking shit, dude. It just sums it up with the team selection. That sub is even more further ridiculous. I got to be honest with you, man. I hate saying this because I like him. I know we joke and debate about Madison and Bilal, but I really like Bilal. And I got to be honest with you, I think he was the worst player on the pitch for us in that first half. And I got to be honest with you, he's the first person that comes to mind that I think of subbing in the second half. And I don't like saying that.
No, he has been poor. I agree. He's been our worst player in a half.
Do you think this is a good description of them? A bunch of lost puppies and all.
pretty accurate. I don't. I will say that. Yeah, I think this. I agree with this from Dalbs. So 1-0 flatters us should be more. I think though, like I can see what we're doing. We are generating a few chances on the break, but as I say, it's like because we've got slow players. I just like Rude doesn't know what he's doing. Let's just have it right because, like I say, this system, what it does do. I mean, look, if we look at that, the positions aren't so bad. Obviously, you can see we've been penned into a half, but on occasion we are getting down and we have generated a few chances. But because we've got the wrong players there, on the wide sides, I just don't see us scoring. And now he's put IU on as well. Oh my god! If he put a bit more pace on either side, we'd have a chance. I think we've been missing Mavididi massively in this particular setup, is what I would say. And of course for Towel, but he's not going to play this season.
Oh, Luke, I mean, what? Try and think of an excuse for Rude here, Luke. Because in the Brighton game, we went for the pace. We had players like McAteer. We know Mavididi's injured, but McAteer and Monga, for example, are on the bench. And we played well. Coley as well, if you want to put him in there. We played well with pace away at Brighton. And in this game, he just doesn't want to fucking know anything about it. And he's like, no, I'm going with my experienced players in Bobby Reid and Jordan Ayew.
This is why I want to know what's going on. This is why, again, oldest conversation we've had all season, we need transparency. I need to know what his plans are, where his head is at. Bro, do you want to be here next season? Players, who wants to be here? Who's up for the fight? Because what's the fucking point of playing Bobby Donkey over Reid or Turtle Ayew? What are the point of playing these older players? If we are going to put Ayew on in favor of Bobby Duke over Reid, let's say Ayew gets the ball and he plays the ball back as he normally does when he gets the ball. Who's moving into that space that we're so used to seeing under Enzo? Who's moving into that 8 space? Who's making those runs forward? How many times have we seen in this season, whether it be under Cooper or Ruud van Nistelrooy, one of our wingers gets the ball, makes a run forward. You see Vardy making his way slowly towards the box, and you see about 4 or 5 of the opposition players in between those two. He's never going to get the ball. Vardy's never going to win a header, and chances are even in a 50-50, let alone 4 or 5 other defenders on him. So the build-up, therefore, is absolutely ridiculous. It's just not there. I don't know. I'm ranting, guys, but I'm sick of seeing this under each manager. We've got too many slow players, and no one's got the courage to fucking take the ball by the horns and fucking make that run forward and do some damage. Is bullshit. I fucking hate Bobby.
Well, I was going to say, Neil, there was actually a bit of a worry from me that we were going to go and win a couple games in these last few games, and Rude might stay. But if he continues like this, there's no worry really, is there? Because he's doing everything he can to get sacked to this point.
I think at the moment Southampton are winning, so honestly, us finishing dead bottom of the pile is the most likely thing right now.
That's mad.
Is it? I've been saying all season, I think we're the worst team in the division by far, even though they've got less points than us. When I see the two teams play, I think we are significantly worse than they are. So
they're 4 points under us, 4 points below us.
There you go.
As it stands.
Yeah. And they can get 3 by beating us, so it's not impossible.
Like Luke, when I play a lot of Football Manager, and at the end of the season, when everything's done, I'm shoving on the kids and seeing what they can do. And I just don't understand why. I understand there's an argument about you don't want to throw the youngsters into the deep end, right? But it's like even off the bench. You know what I mean? And you know that we probably, I don't know, Jake Evans got 10 seconds of football the other week, and he's not even made the squad since.
I look at it like this. I look at it like if I'm a young player and I'm fucking wanting to crack into the team and I've got fucking these old pensioners, okay, getting it in front of me. We're already guaranteed and confirmed relegated. And you want to play these older guys in front of me and stifle my development, I'm on the phone to my agent saying, fuck this, dude. I've got a fucking donkey that's getting in front of me. This is ridiculous. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Do you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you be trying to go for a move? That's where I'm at. Like, people like Monga, all these players that are on the fringe, maybe not Monga, he's too young, but you want some kind of sense of encouragement, some kind of belief that you've got a chance to crack the squad. If you constantly see these old players getting in front of you, you're going to go for a move elsewhere. That's what shits me most about all of this.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Anil, the board are clueless. And even if we lose the next remaining games and we've got Ayew and Reid in the team, there's still a part of you that thinks they're probably going to keep Ruud anyway because they're idiots and they're clueless. and they've mismanaged the club up until this point, and they can't even afford to sack him for PSR.
That's what it's looking that way at the moment, isn't it? It's disheartening to see. What can we say? But yeah, I agree with what everyone's saying. We're losing anyway. There you go. Give Monger a whole half. He's had like 15 minutes before. Why not stretch it out? What a
This is
comment. I
true,
agree.
But Neil, if you're Jeremy Monger, there's all this talk about Man City and all this. If you're Jeremy Monger and you've got a feeling that Rude might be at the club next season, you're like, nah, get me out the door now.
Yeah.
Whereas if we brought somebody in who maybe has a reputation of developing young players or something like that, or giving them a chance, then you might think, okay, you might want to stick around a bit longer and play for the new man. But yeah, Josh here says board needs to change, squad needs to change. Everything needs to change, Luke. Everything.
Everything, man. Like I said many times, I thought we were fucking relegated in that last preseason game. I thought things looked that dire that I was like, yeah, we're finished, lads.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a photo that's gone up on social media of the substitution, Ayew and Bobby Reid, and somebody just quoted it and said, "In these final 5 games, let's shape our future."
Yeah.
Bobby Reid coming off of Jordan Ayew. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's just pathetic. I mean, I'm scrolling through Twitter now and I can see everybody reacting to it. Rudi's giving red flags all over for next season. Somebody said it's absolutely pathetic. I'll ask you in a minute. Somebody put at this late stage, does it really matter? I think it does matter because, once again, the words coming out of Rude's mouth are the right words, in the interviews about for the future, but the action just isn't there, as we keep saying. Oh my God. Yeah, it's just... yeah.
I mean, like I said, the Vardy thing has been like a smokescreen. Like, why is Rude still here? Like, you're looking at this and you can't be thinking that this is if this is the future of Leicester City, next season's not going to be fun, guys. And it should be competitive and seeing us winning. It's quite worrying, to be honest with you.
Why am I seeing the guy from Twilight doing football analysis on the screen, Luke? Who Taylor Lautner from Twilight? They've got him doing the fucking football analysis, mate. What's this all about? Utter woke nonsense. Utter woke nonsense.
This is I'm already going to take him down.
Here you go. Here you go, Luke. If Ayew is the answer, what's the question?
Yeah.
Go on.
I would love, if you had to pick someone from the Blue Tinted Glasses family, let us know in the comments, everyone, who you could just pick one of us to fucking answer, to go to a press conference and ask whatever they want, however they want. Who would it be? Because I'm voting myself.
Yeah.
I got some good questions. I would love nothing more than to sit down. I'll put a turtleneck on and everything, and I'll be like, Rude, bro, I've got a couple of questions for you, bro, and I'm going to need some answers. Explain to me why you think it's a good idea putting Ayew on over any of the other younger players. Just tell me why, please, because he's a fucking wet fart in a blanket.
I wouldn't choose Luke, and the reason for that is because he'd be kicked out within 30 seconds and we'd get no answers.
Wouldn't even get to ask a question.
Civilized Luke will enter the building if he has to. I'll still find a way to articulate.
Yeah. The question is, how slow can you go? And the answer is Ayew. There we go. This is the little game we're playing. If Ayew is the answer, what is the question? Somebody said how slow you can go. Somebody else said worst hairline in the squad. Somebody put though in who has won us most points? Would Ayew be the answer? I mean, he won us 4 points. He won us 4 points, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won Southampton and Ipswich.
Yeah.
Luke for entertainment and Nil for actual answers, Caleb said. I'd say Manny, get him to ask about them fast twitch fibers.
I like that. That's good.
Luke shoves Owen and steals the mic and just goes
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. First person goes to ask and he'd just be like, whoosh. Rude,
like
why are you so fucking shit?
Yeah. No, WWE where they use the microphone as a weapon on their fucking heads, like just bashing his skull in with a microphone. Although we don't condone violence, of course. After Luke got pelters last time, he said about taking a crowbar to Ayew and Reed.
People are snowflakes. I don't obviously mean that, man. It was like I had that image. You remember that Simpsons episode when they don't want Mr. Burns to do that bowling thing, and comes out a crowbar to the ankle. That's what I meant. Does someone just take one for the team, put a balaclava on, and smack them fucking ankles in? I didn't need it, but like, you know what I mean.
We just needed Vardy, didn't we, to 2-foot one of them in training a few months ago and just put them out for the season. Luke would egg Rude Eubank style. Yeah, what Chris Eubank Jr. did recently.
Well, I've got class, Manny. Come on, bro.
Funny enough, actually, Manny, I think a few of the players could do with Chris Eubank Jr.'s weight loss strategy as well. I don't know if you saw that. They're trying to cut weight yesterday. Sack Ruud van Nistelrooy and Nick DeMarco as manager for the last few matches. Similar points gained for Leicester. Nick DeMarco has more points than
I was going to say, Nick DeMarco probably knows what he's doing. He seems like a man who's got a plan, which is more than the current person in charge of Leicester and the people who run the club.
Well, rumor has it Nick DeMarco got 10 points, right? And Steve Cooper got 9, so he's got more points than both of the managers, to be honest. If I want you to sack me, who's my first sub? Jordan Ayew. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. People are talking about WWE now. Monga, RKO, Rude for the disappointing season. Somebody said McAteer on.
Is he
coming?
Triple
Hey up, lad.
Hey up. McAteer, James Justin, and Oliver Skip. Who's Justin on for? Ricardo? It's going to
Could be, yeah. Or maybe Thomas. A Skip will come on for Ndidi. Ndidi was jogging for that goal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Ndidi's been a lazy. His buyout's what, 15 mil, is it, Locks?
The rumor is 15 mil, yeah, but it could be less, It could be more. Let's have a look who's off. I've got a feeling it could be Ricardo.
It could be, yeah.
It's just one of them brain dead things that Reed would do.
Yeah, but that one, to be a bit more fair, like they're still managing his time. I mean, you said it, and I agree, which is that like you don't want Ricardo to get injured now, right? Yeah. When it's irrelevant. He's a player that's going to help you get promoted next season. But he should take Thomas off. Yeah, yes, I think he is.
Buonanotte off and McAteer on.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Now that makes sense, to be honest with you. Even though I do agree with Luke that I think that El Canute's not had a good game.
Skip on for Ndidi?
Or is it Samare?
JJ's on for who?
Well, we'll find out soon. They've not done a good job of visualizing it for us.
No, this
Skip came on for Samare. I've got it here.
on for Ricardo.
Yeah, he's okay, yeah. No,
Okay.
That's a bit disappointing, but...
And Skip's on for who? Ndidi or Samare?
Samare has been taken off.
Wow. So is Skip and Wilf midfield? Okay. That sounds absolutely tragic on the ball, trying to keep the ball. Facundo, Ricardo, Samare. There we go. They're the ones who have come off. I need to start the timer, don't I? Let's get that sorted.
Hey, do you guys reckon that Dewsbury Hall's still going to be at Chelsea next season? He's like basically only playing the Europa games.
No, they look like they were trying to ship him out in the January window, so I think he'll be gone.
By the way,
coming to the Championship, my friend. He'll be another one who'll end up at Brighton or Villa. One of them, didn't he? In the window, he'll go somewhere like that.
I don't even think he'll go Villa.
You
now,
guys
to be
did
honest.
the watch-along. You guys did the watch-along last week. Am I right in saying that Monga played as came off on the left?
He left
on the
wing,
picture?
Do you know what, Locks? Do you know anyone? You do find them from time to time that do actually go to the games or even watch a lot of the Premier League 2 team, because we need to do a lot of research on there. Because when they have Evans and Monga playing, where do they both play? And I know that Chris Popov is actually the striker for the under 21. Well, that was a decent move. But Al, cross in? No.
Garbage.
You know who the first? You know where the first time I ever heard of Jeremy Monga's name?
Go on.
It was Ric Flair. That's the first time I ever heard.
Yeah,
his name.
he does know. He's normally got a pretty good knowledge of that lot. But I don't know if he. there used to be this guy that Neil had on Beyond the 90 that was really good with knowing the under 21s, but then at the same time it was like, oh, Braybrook's going to be the new Pirlo. Like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Are we talking about what's his name? The young lad from I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was from South America, I think.
I can't believe I forgot his name, man. He's been on my channel before. I feel like an asshole now. He's a good lad.
Yeah, it wasn't Diego though. It was someone else.
No, it wasn't Diego. Okay, yeah.
No.
Ric Flair, that's where his name is. His name isn't actually. Anyone on here who obviously follows, who goes on Fox's Talk or listens to the Big Strong Leicester Boys podcast, you'll know exactly who I mean by Ric Flair. Sack Rude now, get Brian to be caretaker.
Yeah, or King, because we're going down anyway. So, the thing is what we'd said previously is if we sacked Rude and gave it to King and then we just went down, it would be like, really bad on your management. But the reality is let's say King gets given the last 4 games, you lose all 4. No one's going to give a shit.
I was massively not in favor of giving it to Kingy before we were confirmed relegated. Now I don't give a fuck. I thought it was stupid before, but now I'm just like, well, who cares at this point?
Well, there's a good chance that he is here until the 30th of June. Because that's the accounting period, isn't it? That's when it ends. So for PSR reasons, they might not be able to do it until then.
They could put him on holiday leave, though, couldn't they?
Yes, but are the club allowed to have 2 managers technically employed at the same? Do you know what I mean? There might be some rules behind it. Maybe
they could just say Rude's ill and will be out for the rest of the season.
Rude's done a Eddie Howe. He's in hospital with pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just ball watching.
Is that not out?
Let's be honest. Rude. Somebody put a comment. Rude playing for the 1-0.
He'll take it now if he's offered.
Well, this is the thing about the club. The club have once again only got themselves to blame because they decided to hire a manager during a relegation battle and not put a break clause in his contract. Like a fucking idiot, man.
Yeah, a manager, by the way, that had no prior, he had 4 games playing in the Premier League, managing Man United.
That's
the
why
thing is
Top did
unproven.
Yeah, I think I saw a comment the other day about I think I said it to you guys, but maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy was Top's favorite player when he was growing up, so he just wanted him. It would sound somewhat ridiculous that they would do, but somebody said, "Isn't it sad that our manager is faster than 2 of our wingers this season?" Probably.
Do you know?
I'd back Ruud in a race against Ayew.
Does anyone know, or Neil, do you know if
go on.
This may be a stupid question.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
I got my hopes up for a second. Do you think that do you know if Top grew up? Not Top, sorry. Do you know if Vichai grew up with money? Was he a nepo baby similar to what Top is?
No,
okay,
I don't
good.
think he
Because
was. Yeah.
it shows, right? Because I think Top, because he's obviously been brought up with, a lot of money, I think it really is starting to show. It's not just like his level of running the club, but it's he's like, I don't think it hurts or stings him. And I might be really talking out of turn here. I'm making assumptions. I understand that. But I think that like his gravity or like, his value of money is not going to be in his Vichas. Like he seems to be a lot more at peace of pissing fucking hundreds of millions of dollars down the drain, evident by his shrugging and his smiling as it been relegated. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm waffling here.
Nah.
Tom's just sent a photo in, guys, by the way. Look who he's just met in the crowd at Molineux. So there we go. Tom better not tell any stories around her because it'll be leaked.
Yeah.
Anyway. Can't wait for summer reset and championship. Clear them all out. I think we're going to struggle to have a clear out. Oh, Bill Allen and Didi. And once again, Ndidi's second touch is a tackle.
Yeah, he's not been too good today either, Ndidi. This could be
Look at him jog back.
That's offside.
Nice save.
It's offside. Whoa, that's a shocker!
Yeah.
What a miss!
Yeah, if
That
that's
is
not offside,
awful.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had two like simple tap-ins last night at five-a-side, and I fucking shanked them both, bro. I went home in a rage.
You're not on 40 grand a week though, so
Uh,
I couldn't imagine you playing football, Luke.
no, he was
I
on.
couldn't-
He was
I- I-
onside.
I can only imagine you knocking someone out in boxing or something, Luke.
That's
I've got-
comically bad from Strand Larsen. That should have been 2. Good save, Hermansen. Oh my god, he's literally missed from 2 yards out. Unbelievable. Yeah, that touch makes Daka look elite.
What were you saying, Luke?
We should share my goal of the season. I'll pull it up later. I've got
Oh, you got it. Send it to me now on WhatsApp, and I'll get it loaded ready. Go on,
I look a
send it
bit
on
fat in
WhatsApp.
this though. This is before I went back to boxing, so I look proper chunky. And I've sent some to Anil before as well. I've got real bad white line fever, and I've got some really bad fouls I can send to you. And I sent one. I showed it to Neil and Anil once, and Neil's like, "That's fucking shocking." Like he doesn't even get the ball on a fucking poleaxe. This guy. I'll find it. and send it
Luke
to you.
losing his temper, really? You can imagine, Luke. I can imagine you like 5 goals down in a 5-a-side match and just knocking
shocking.
someone out. Luke just goes up. You know how we hear stories in of Vardy learns the language of the defenders he's playing.
Yeah.
You can imagine Luke just going up to defenders on the pitch and going, "You're a fucking donkey, mate. You're a fucking donkey." You are."
My keeper got the shits on me last night, bro, because there was this big young lad and he was like proper solid and like he come in for the bump. And I put my arms out the brace and I've like just shot. I was angry because I missed these 2 goals. So I fucking pumped him back and he's fucking hit the deck hard and he's gone down to the ground. We're playing on a basketball pitch on his father's side. And he's fucking hit the deck hard. And you know when someone hits the ground, they're back and they make that noise. And he's done that. And I've just turned around and just marched off. My mate's like, "Bro, you've got to at least ask him if he's all right or give him a hand up." And I'm like, "Fuck that. We're fucking 6-0 down and I've missed 2 sitters." I said sorry after the game. I have some.
Go on,
class.
Luke. I'm waiting for this video, mate.
Which one do you want to see? Me scoring
Your
a
goal of
or
the
me
season.
saying
Your personal highlights reel.
Well,
Using Wout
ideally,
Faze's agent to get a move to Galatasaray or something.
he could play for Leicester at centre back
Yeah.
next season. Luke, because ideally I'd like the video you told me about earlier in the season, but I don't think you.
No, I'm not sending
still
that.
never sent me that.
No, because it makes
we
me
could
look
have
like a
we could have
fucking
edited.
predator.
Bilal here gets the opportunity here.
Shoots.
Oh, greedy, I think.
Should have had me up top.
Yeah.
Luke, we could have edited Bobby Reed's face onto the other guy, man. That would have been class.
I genuinely feel bad about that one. Where are we?
That was a great opportunity.
It
Bit
was.
greedy.
I think this is it. Hang on 1 second.
Here's an attack for Wolves. Oh,
Well, it's a
brilliantly
decent
found.
pass
Lars Strandon. Goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Is it offside? Is it on? It's onside. That was a brilliant
good
goal.
ball
That
there.
was.
It was a good
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. That was quality ball from Wolves there. Right through into Strand Larsen, split the defenders, and he just puts it in. He's holding his head like he can't believe he scored. I can believe he scored. It is Leicester.
Hang on, I'm not
he's
sure if
playing
this is
against.
it, Locks. Let me just double check. No, it's not. That video I just sent you is that lad that I told you
2-0.
that played for it, man. Don't play that one.
2-0.
Yeah, yeah. Great goal as well. And they'll watch this ball through, mate. It's class. I think it was Aitnuri here. You can see the ball right through, split the defenders.
Yeah.
And then good finish into the back
And
of the
this
net.
time round, he doesn't miss from 3 yards. Fixed his mistake.
He's gone around holding his head, mate, like this, like he can't believe he scored. It's crazy.
Yeah. Cut through us like a knife through butter. Cunha starting the move again. Oh, it was Cunha. Oh, my God. He is good, isn't he?
He is. He is.
I was just thinking, it's so depressing, right? When we won the Premier League, Wolves weren't even in the league at the time. And now they're just absolutely duffing us up. Going to get duffed by Forest in a few weeks' time. Like, how have the club fallen so badly? Total mismanagement, as you say very several times, Locks.
We just don't have, I mean, we don't have a £60 million player.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
To
I'm
be
not saying.
well, they
that's what
signed
you'll
him
go
for 45, by the way. So they really that was a sign of intent. That's the thing is like we don't really go. You know, Vardy's actually got the ball here. Now he's offside. Oh my word!
But what I'm trying to, I know they didn't sign him for 60 mil, but he's got a
he's
release clause
worth it.
now,
Yeah.
and a club will pay it. So
Yeah.
he's a £60 million player, and we just, if Bill Al Canoes had a £60 million release clause, no one would pay that. No one's paying 60 for him at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So we don't have a £60 million player. They do, and if you took Cunha out of their team do you think they stay up?
I actually do still think they would stay up. I think
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah.
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 Right, I've sent him.
All right, let's have a little look on here.
The second one's the best one. What? Go on, you turtle.
Oh, strike, Lukey boy.
Thank you, sir.
I'll get them
look
loaded
fucking
into
chunky
Steam,
there.
mate. Hey, what have people told you, Luke? Size don't matter. Look at Jordan Ayew. Anil, do you want to see Luke Screamer, mate?
Yeah, put it on. We all want to see it.
Here we go. We all want to see Luke Screamer. I mean, it's better. It's the only football we can actually show the
Might be
people,
the only
right?
goal we see today as well, but it's scored by anyone
Yeah.
related to Leicester. So
Here we go.
Oh, look at all the defenders. They're all there. Oh, let's go.
let's go. Whoever.
Strike. Was that the Mrs. Luke celebrating?
Yeah.
Mrs. Luke. Yeah. What are you like now, though, Luke? Because obviously you've lost a bit of weight. You must be a lot sharper on the pitch as well.
Yeah,
Fast twitch
definitely
fibers,
helps.
mate.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking chunky. You can see it in those videos now.
Sign him up. Sign him up.
Yeah, Rudkin on the phone.
Send those clips to Rudkin. Get him in.
Nice. I'm waiting for a Nils highlights now of Harry budget Harry Wanks in midfield. He
Sideways and back passing. I've got nothing as good as that.
I've seen a good one from him before.
Do you know what I was going to say? My friend told me about this. There's this company in Spain. They basically have all these cameras on the five-a-side pitches, and it uses AI. So when you play with your mates, at the end of the game, it makes your own match of the day highlights for you.
Cool.
Yeah, it's some of the best thing I've ever seen, because you would see goals like that and you'd get to add it and put it in like your group chat and everything like that. It's really cool. I'm surprised it hasn't come to this country yet, because obviously huge power league and everything in UK.
I'm just trying to find this one video I've got, which you'll like.
That McAteer booked, yeah.
And that was a fucking dodgy challenge as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a bit cheeky. Wow, Southampton still leading against Fulham.
Here we go, lads. This is all I've got. This is all I've got from a few years ago on Loughborough AstroTurf. Watch this. Watch this for a strike in slow motion. Are you ready? Here we go.
Go on. Here we go. Oh shit! Oh, nice one,
It didn't go in. Didn't
Oh, it didn't go in.
VAR. It crossed the line. It crossed the line.
That
Size don't
reaction,
matter, and at Leicester, skill don't matter. Yeah. Well, a familiar story here. 2-0 down. 60p shot. Yeah. Vardy replacement, absolutely. The closest I am to Vardy is my speed to get to the fridge. Since January the 1st, lads, 5 goals scored, 33 conceded, and 4 points gained.
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
33 goals conceded under Reed. We should do this actually, Emil.
Yeah.
Our viewers, send in your best clips.
That would be, honestly, that would be an amazing show. We could do that and ask them, like, oh, judge us. What do you think of our goals? What do you think of our clips? Don't know if you've seen, but there's this thing called the Ballers League at the moment. I kind of hate it. It's a bit cringe, but I do get the idea of it, which is that because, sometimes, like, you can watch like a 7-a-side or 9-a-side game. It can actually be more entertaining. So, do it. If you've got some good clips, let's judge them. Why not? It's community here.
Do you want me to send you some clips of me doing some very dirty tackles instead? Hang on, that'll be
Send your clips. The blue tinted glasses LCFC on X.
8 fucking red card worthy challenges. Right, just give me a minute.
Luke and Locks in a 4-4-2. Can you imagine? That'd be funny.
Sounds good.
Sounds like Imran and Kate Stream, I think. Luke, striker partnership in a 4-4-2. Ball in. Ollie Skip. Hit it, Skip! Whoa. Can Chugosaurus send some in? Yeah.
I'll find it later. It's very unprofessional of me. Just scrolling through my phone.
That's all good, mate. You're not missing out, don't worry. Luke, mate, tell the people when you over anyway. When you in the UK, man, is it August, September?
Oh yeah, that's why I thought I was going to be running late. We're just going through my sister-in-law's travel agent, so we're just looking at our flights. So I definitely got to go to Canada first because I've got to be a groomsman at a wedding. But like we're thinking August.
Oh, another yellow.
Fuck off, fly. It's a fucking fly in my room. It's going to wind me up. There's I can't even think now. What'd you ask me? Oh yeah, August. August, probably mid-August is probably when I'm looking at being in Leicester to do some damage. So
just
you guys
in time for the start of the championship season, mate. Perfect.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I want to get in the way day in.
Anything happening? Indeed, he just got booked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no.
Are you expecting? I mean, I'm expecting somebody in the next game or two to get a red card so they can just go on holiday then and there. Do you know what I mean? Just end the season for themselves.
Well, you had that stat, didn't you, last time we were doing it? There's been no red cards for Leicester all season, and I think it just shows you how gutless we are. Pussios. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. We just waste 90 minutes of our life each week, don't we? Feels like that. Problem is in a game like this as well, is there's nothing really to get excited about. I suppose El Canoes could have done better with his shot, though, to be honest. But they had a touch map of Vardy. He's touched the ball like 12 times the entire game so far.
I'd back our under-21s to beat us.
Yeah.
We are so bad we would lose playing.
That's probably why Rude thinks they're so good.
Yeah. Oh, Ike Nuri's just absolutely done JJ. It was a foul.
When are we subbing Ndidi off, bro? He's fucking walking about the pitch. It's winding me up. He's been nerfed ever since he had that haircut, bro.
Can't even enjoy Jamie's last few games because of the shittest Leicester team I have ever seen. So many of these players are the worst to ever set in the Prem, let alone for us. Can you guess who tweeted that?
I hope it was Rebecca Vardy. That would be good, but no, I don't.
Ragza.
Really?
What happened to that doco as well, man? Like, remember we're hearing all this talk about he was having this farewell, like, documentary. Like, has that just been like? Hopefully,
I hope for his sake they've canned it because it'll be depressing.
I think it's going to come out, and then there'll be a season 2, a season 3, following Becky Vardy around the shops in LA.
Probably, yeah.
Rum that.
Jordan Ayew standing over a set piece, makes you shudder.
Makes you shudder watching the
El Canoes just trogs away as well. Like he's almost like, I can't believe we're letting this guy take it. It should be me.
If we end the game with no Vardy goal, no Jeremy Monga, like I'm going to jump out this window, mate. Legit. Like what the fuck? That's literally all we're watching for. We're literally watching for a Vardy goal or the youngsters.
Literally. You know what? I wish that there was a way that like there was some Black Mirror shit that you could fucking find a way to like pass smells onto streams. I am farting up something fucking awful here, guys. You have no idea. Like these silent, you know when they're silent and there's like a bit of heat to it, bro. I'm farting up like all fucking 3/4 of my din right now.
Luke. Have you watched the film? Have you watched the film Click with Adam Sandler?
Yes. Stacey, did you take a shit on my lunch?
He pauses. He can pause like, and he paused and like just farts in somebody's mouth. You do that to Jordan Ayew and Bobby Reed, wouldn't you?
I do it to Manny first.
To Manny, yeah. Oh man, I genuinely think we don't know how to score. That's literally how it looks. That is literally how it looks. They don't know what to do. I always go back to Rude's first interview where he said his tactics for attacking is to let the players have freedom and choice in attack. Well, maybe that is what he's doing in Nil. Maybe he's giving them too much freedom and they don't know what to fucking do with it. Well, maybe that is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, the more you see this, the more you think this guy cannot be in charge next season. This is crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. 60.
Yeah, they're now talking about Steve Cooper wasn't given enough time, is what they're saying on the commentary here.
Oh God, of course they are.
Yeah.
Why do all those like people that fucking feel? Why do all those Forest fans come in and give it large about fucking shouldn't have sacked Cooper, but they don't defend fucking sacking him and like where they're at right now?
Do you know what, Luke? I really don't understand that because I think that their new manager is proving that they should have sacked him much earlier than they did. And like, I know he got him out of the Championship and he done well there, but that doesn't mean that he was good in the Premier League. And they'll say, "Oh, he had all these players and stuff," but I mean, it's like you can just see the way that he set up.
Vardy! Oh, penalty!
Oh, he might get one. He might get one. They've been told. I bet. Yeah. The trademark Vardy dive. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Ayew takes it? Imagine Ayew takes it.
Nah, that'll never happen.
Hey, Anil, what?
Well, that was earlier? There you go. Bilal El Khanous better than James Maddison.
Oh, they're not going to pay it.
No, they are. That's a pen. Anil, what did I say earlier? He's going to miss a penalty. Ooh,
do you know what? I don't think that's a pen, in my opinion. I think Vardy's completely bought that. So I don't know if they're going to look at that at VAR. If they do,
Vardy's going to touch to it before he's been. Yeah, I think it's not a pen.
Yeah, no, he takes it round, but then he's blocked.
No, it's a really poor touch to take it round him, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not a pen. But let's see if they give it or not. I got a feeling they might sympathy give it to us.
It's not clear and obvious, is it? Yeah, it's given. It's given.
Is it? Okay.
What did I say, Neil? I said he's going to miss a pen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He has. Just remember, he can't probably remember how to score. When's the last time he even banged the goal in?
Yeah.
This ref looks younger than Locks, bro. He looks like
you look younger than me.
Me? I got a baby face.
Well, we're about to see what happens here. Will Vardy make it to 199 goals? Let's have a look.
Go on, Vardy. You sexy bastard.
We said earlier we're only here to either see the youth or watch Jamie Vardy score, and the youth.
Yeah, do you know what? I suppose if it's a terrible display, but we lose 2-1, but Vardy scores, it's probably been a good day in current Leicester City land, isn't it?
I've got anxiety. Oh, I've just done another fart. That was an anxiety fart.
Shut up. Here we go. 199 goals. Will he score it? Oh my God. Oh my
give it the kiss of death.
Yeah. I knew it. He looked so low of confidence there hitting that as well. Now it's a poor pen. Really poor pen. Nah, he's lost it, man. He's mentally gone. He can see himself. He didn't know what to... Really
Why
poor.
has he not just smacked it as hard as he can like he normally does? Why hasn't he done that? For fuck's sake, man. You couldn't make it up. It's just another chapter of such a shit story this season, man. Like, what the hell, man?
That's going to be bad for morale on the pitch right now, worse than it already was. That's fucked.
Like no one gives a shit about us losing. It's just a goal for Vardy, and it's a shame that's happened.
Hey,
Well, the keeper though was quite right in saying you deserved that because you bought the pen, which he did.
Is that what the keeper said?
Yeah.
Was the keeper giving him shit?
Yeah, he was giving him the shit. He was going like, you did, you cheated, which is true.
Vardy should have fucking knocked him out. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. He barely hit it. That was the strange thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Vardy.
Well, he's low on confidence, though. He's low on confidence. You could see the way that he struck. That was really poor. You could see how desperate he is to get it.
The goalkeeper shithouse, the shithouse, Peaches
Yeah.
said.
So it sums us up that at the moment, this Van Nistelrooy team can't even score from 6 yards.
Yeah.
I can't
What
stand
a
this pitch
shower of
commentating.
shit.
Makes me think he's not going to get to the 200. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to score before the end of the season.
Yeah, that's what it feels like right now. I mean, honestly, you look at his performance today, he shouldn't be playing.
So what do you reckon then? Do you reckon he retires MLS or do you reckon Sheffield Wednesday?
He's not retiring. He's
Yeah.
not retiring. So, yeah, I think MLS would be good for him, but
He's part
it depends on how much money. I think that's folded, to be honest with you, which is exactly what they should do with this fucking club. Fold the fucking club, man.
As you say, retire the club, as Ric Flair says. Well, that's just killed the vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Started playing a bit better last couple of minutes, to be fair. Not just a pen. All too little, too late, of course. Skip it. What's your priority position for next season, Luke? I'm guessing striker.
It's a good question, man. It's kind of hard to answer that without seeing who's here first. But you'd have to say striker. We got rid of Cannon.
Yeah.
You obviously know I've got no faith in Patson Daka.
No,
I'm still
exactly.
unsure where Evans is going to be played, if he even does start in the starting 11. So, yeah, it has to be striker. I would much have rather hung on to Kelechi than Patson Daka. Do you think that Kelechi just didn't work out as a false nine just because his work rate wasn't high enough under Enzo? What do you think?
Nah, I think it's that. The thing with Kelechi is he's always been inconsistent, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man. Wonder what's going through Vardy's head. So low of confidence.
Oh, mate, that's going to be gut-wrenching.
Yeah, because problem is, his next point, he's going to get a chance on goal. He's going to like lash at it.
He's dragged. He's shanked. Everything about that was awful.
Yeah,
What have I missed?
just some Wolves subs.
Did they show a replay of the penalty?
No, thankfully.
Southampton drawing, Ipswich 2-0 down. Not like it matters.
Yeah, he does look
Kelechi.
overweight at Borough, Kelechi. He does.
Did he have an attitude issue?
I
know
don't
if
think
he has an
so.
attitude issue.
Yeah.
I don't think he scored anything at Seville. I think he's been moved on
No.
again.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
scored anything for Borough either yet.
He scored one. He scored
Oh,
one.
is he?
Is
Okay.
he at
Yeah.
Borough?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the championship, mate.
Oh, that's a great ball from Ndidi.
Jordan Ayew, Chogosaurus
Well,
Rex.
pass it back, guy. Donkey. Or kick it at Mads.
Would just be our options, right? Even an Ayew could be an option. Yeah. Vardy will end off signing a 1 year. No, he won't. He won't.
No, he won't.
It's done. It's done. Ben Nelson scored earlier. Yeah, he did indeed. Bilal.
Bilal's been our
away.
worst player today, I swear to God.
I
No,
think
he
it was
put that ball
Facundo.
through for the penalty, and he did have a really good one-on-one, which was poor, though, to be fair.
You got the ball. Fuck off, Cunha, you. Skip, brother. Go to Turkey in your off season, man. You got to sort that hair out, bro. Shave it off and fucking sort that out. What the fuck?
Apparently, it's kicking off in the. It's kicked off in the away end.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got a photo here. Let me bring it up. I've just been sent it by a Wolves fan. You can't really see too much, but you'll see what I mean. Here it is. Blue on blue. Blue on blue action in the away end.
Really?
The Copper's involved. Yeah. I mean, this is what happens, right? It's just the toxicity.
Yeah, when it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the 4-4-2 crew versus
Yeah.
Oh. Wide from whoever that is. Double relegation incoming and Leeds are going up. Heavy one for you, Locks, lads. Well, at least I don't spend my Saturday afternoons on a Leeds channel like you are for Leicester, mate. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
It's embarrassing. Eh? It takes them two chances to get it right. They fuck up the first time. They shit the bed against Southampton like the absolute flops that they are. Talk mad shit, and they're about to come up, and they're going to get fucking... They're talking shit. The one season they're going to go up, and we're not there to fucking give them the absolute smacking that they deserve. And then keep that same energy, because this time next season, you guys are just coming straight back down. Chances are we're going to get back up. I actually hope we're going to get promoted, because I want to fucking pump these assholes fucking dry. Fucking Leeds, man. I don't know what they're so upset about. They took all this shit. Oh, Leicester City fucking cheated. Shut the fuck up. You spent like 2 million less than us, you fucking flops. And they're absolutely obsessed of us. I don't know what they're so dirty about. They're not even our rivals, and they're talking mad shit. They haven't won anything since Captain was there. Leeds are an absolute dud club with just a big fan base. Suck me clean off, you fucking flop.
Their rivals are Man United, who don't give a shit about them. So that's why they force other rivalries. But
The rivals are no one cares or thinks about them like they think about everyone else. Sorry, talk over you.
No, you're right. You're right. Let me bring this up, because obviously we can't show the actual. Yeah, we can't show the actual goal from the broadcast, but we can show you this from Tom in the crowd.
Didn't see the after reaction. No, Wolves fans giving it large.
Suck me clean off is now my default answer. People will record that and use it as their bloody answer.
Yeah,
phone
meme-worthy
message.
potential for sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
One of the worst pens I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good because it wasn't even in the corner if he was going to go for that. Really easy position for the goalkeeper. He tried giving him the eyes by looking one way. No, it's going to be 3. No.
Ah,
What was
what's he
that?
doing, man? Vardy,
What's
man.
that?
tries
Yeah,
to
he's
my
lost the
God.
plot, man. He's lost the plot.
Fucking
his
bicycle
He'll
kicker.
be raging with himself. He knows he's only got like 2 jobs to do, and
You know what though? It's like, you know how Vardy kind of he kind of lost that tag of being a little like dirty. Do you remember? Like,
Yeah,
he used to be
yeah,
quite
yeah.
dirty.
Mhm.
I'd love it if on his last game he just 2-foot. I reckon it would get the biggest cheer we've had in months.
Here we
Jeremy
go,
Monga.
lad.
There we go. Monga for El Canoes. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe are you
Canoes
in the
has been a
middle?
dud today, bro. Why has he got a funky shirt on?
Because he's too young, so he's not allowed to have the official sponsor on, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get this, he's
Gambling
not even
sponsor.
allowed to be in the same dressing room, I've heard, as the rest of the players. It's something crazy.
What?
It's a
It's like
gambling
fucking Oliver
sponsor, isn't
Skip's
it?
fucking...
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hang on.
He's
hang
a
on,
minor.
Never mind. I nearly...
he's not allowed the sleeve one either because that's beer. So we can't have that either because he's under 18. Yeah.
I nearly said something that got this video taken down, so I'm quite proud of myself right now. I'll put it in the private chat.
This guy, Luke. Do you want kids to promote gambling? Is that an Aussie thing?
Yes, I'll read that in a second.
Oh, apparently Cardiff have been relegated.
Oof.
Really?
Well, best will know what it feels like.
I mean, Luke, that wouldn't have got us taken down, but I still wouldn't say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Luke, do you want kids to promote gambling? Is that an Aussie thing? Are you Ange sexual?
What are your
Why
thoughts
do
on
people always
Ange?
ask me about Ange for? I don't understand.
Because you're an Aussie.
I like the way Ange carries himself. I like how he tolerates no bullshit in press. I think his football is exciting, but it's suicidal. I think Tottenham have been absolutely brutally done in by injuries, but I think his style of play hasn't accommodated that. So you could argue that he has no plan B. So I like Ange. I think he'd be exciting in the championship, but yeah, I just think his inverting of 2 fullbacks is absolutely fucking wild.
Anil, sorry to just if you don't like swearing anybody, just cover your ears a second. Luke, have you got anything to say back to Lewis here, mate?
Who is Lewis? He's got a
A
koala.
Leeds
I can't
fan.
go in for him. What, an Aussie Leeds fan?
Maybe
He's
he just likes
definitely Leeds.
koalas. Yeah, he's definitely Leeds. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Ball through. Up against Cody.
Oh, you're so shit, Cody.
Oh,
For fuck's sakes, man. You are so shit, Cody, you fucking turtle flop. What the fuck? Why are we playing him?
Turtle flop. 3-0.
Can't
Oh,
say it's
no,
not
like-
deserved.
More
No,
of the
it's not.
same, eh? More of
Yeah.
the same.
Rude ball.
Well, at least if we get a couple more of these.
Yeah,
Rude will
they
not
should
be
they
here
should
next
sack
season.
Rude now, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Look at
Because
Cody.
maybe
Cody.
I was going to say maybe they wanted to see if there's a reaction of some kind. Because to be fair to the to Rude and the players, they were 2 better performances against Brighton and Liverpool. But after this, there's no excuse. Do you know what I mean?
I can't believe that anyone at the club wants Rude to say of the players. Is that
We could
Cunha
be
assist
having-
again? Fucking hell, he's been on fire.
We could be having an emergency stream later tonight or tomorrow.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Maybe. Yeah, and I can
Connor
leave
Cody.
Luke about. I'll leave Luke about 80 missed calls, like I did when in the middle of the night when Cooper
Yeah.
was sacked,
Uh,
and his missus just never. Yeah,
Was not impressed.
She'd kick me head in if she saw me that day. Yeah.
fucking Connor Cody. Why the fuck is he starting over Caleb Okoli? Someone call the police.
Oh my god.
Benny on the phone. He is fuck off back up north and eat some fucking rats, you scouser bastard. What the
What?
fuck?
I've just seen a comment, Anil, from NFFC. I'm not going to bring it up, and I don't expect you
What is
to
it?
answer it.
What is it? Show me.
Luke, I'm not bringing it up.
Star it. I want to
It's
see
right
it.
there. It's right there.
Where?
It's in the start. It's in the start.
I would go into rude, bro, to assert my dominance, and I'll do it with a turtleneck on.
All right.
I would put a turtle. All right.
That's enough. Oh man. Nil. Look, wonder if Manny will come on asking what the emergency stream is about again. You remember that? What happened there with bloody?
I think he'll know what it is about this time round. Another woeful display from Leicester, really.
What do you think to this, boys? RVN got. I mean, we just joked about it, but do you think it is a real possibility now that they might just pull the trigger?
They should have already done it. Why did they have they not waited?
Well, that's the that's the problem,
Yeah.
isn't it, Anil? If they haven't done it already, are they going to do it after this? Do you know what I mean?
Like, what is it getting us, him being here? Like I say, we're already relegated. You might as well give it someone else. Give it anyone. Let the fucking players just decide what they'll do. I feel they're doing it anyway. Yeah, Cunha's been really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
For someone who looks like they're going to be leaving, he's just been,
goal and 2 assists. Yeah,
he's definitely got the quality to play for Man United. Well, they're above Man United in the table, so to be honest with you, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we've had a few of Luke's semi crash outs. We've not had a proper one yet. Once again, we will send a link out for the match ratings, but we're not going to actually go through them all. The reason we send the link out is because we want to use the ratings at the end of the season. Because Anil over here, the data genius, has got all the data stored, haven't you, Anil?
Yeah, I've got the link if you want to do it. 1 second. I'll put it in the private chat. You can post it, Logs. There you go. There you go.
Okay. There we go. There's the link in the chat, everybody. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to YouTube. Match ratings. Click the link. Give your match ratings, because at the end of the season, we're going to go through all the data. Sell the club and buy another fucking horse. Yeah, people aren't happy. People aren't happy. Here we go. This could be 4.
Very good.
This should be 4.
Oh, great cut back in.
was beautiful.
Block in the end.
Harder than ever said, Luke is married.
haircut's
My
about
missus
20
said
years
she
too
missed
late,
the
though.
chance. Yeah, look, you've got a secret admirer here, Luke.
Oh, is it?
Somebody's wife wants you. Somebody's wife wants you, mate.
Watch out, Steph. Got competition.
We got some. No, I was going to say we got some cook action over here in the live chat. After Luke's been calling everybody at Leicester a cook for the last fucking 6 months. Oh, not that one. Oh, should be 4 again. No.
I've got a controversial question for everyone.
Before you say it, let me just bring this up.
Yes.
Watch us sell Nelson and Okoli and be stuck with Cody and Vestergaard in the Championship. Rudkin Masterclass. Yeah, Doctor of Rudkinomics. That's what he is. Go on, Luke. What's your question, mate?
It's actually a reasonable, non-stupid one.
Really?
We're relegated. We know Mads is not going to be here next season. Do you think we should be playing a what's his name for the rest of the season? Oh, mate, Polish.
Monga, yeah.
No, not Monga. I can't believe I've just forgot his name. Not Everson.
Okoli.
No, the keeper.
Stolarczyk.
Stolarczyk. Do you reckon we should be playing Stolarczyk the rest of the season?
Nah.
Do you know what? Honestly, I can see the argument for doing that, but I suppose the thing I would say about Mads though is he's that extremely professional, and it's like
Exactly.
he won't even hand in a transfer request. Like for him, if he plays for the club as number 1 next season, he's got no problem doing it. He to me genuinely looks like he likes Leicester and likes the club.
And he
obviously because he's ambitious, but I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, like, I don't even see that interview him. He just comes off like a very professional person.
And because he's professional, you said he won't hand a request in, but he also won't admit that he wants to leave as well. Like his dialogue with the club will be like, I'm just keeping my options open or whatever. And then the first fucking time Chelsea come around, it'll be like, yeah, I'm gone. So I don't think he will. But also as well, do you want to throw Stolarczyk into this team where he's going to be conceding 3 or 4 goals every fucking week?
He's been pen.
Oh, are you Chugosaurus?
No, I should have played in Mongo. Yeah, greedy. Yeah.
Fucking turtle. I think
maybe
Stolarczyk's
do you think
been
Potter
decent.
could lose his job?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they've got a clause or not, but they should not keep with him, in my opinion.
Because there's a good chance they are right down there next season.
Oh, they will be. But the thing is, you say that, but again, look how many points clear and look how easily they dispatched us. So, it depends what happens with Leeds, to be honest with you.
Go on, Mongo. Yes.
Because the thing, here we go. The one thing I would say, look at this.
Mongo, go on.
Oh, we won a corner.
He did decent before that too to get that ball to
Yeah, no, you can see why people are excited for him. He's
Oh, don't do this.
But he just won't start, will he? You just know he won't start.
We're having technical difficulties down under.
name of the new channel.
Technical difficulties down under. Yeah. Fast twitch fibers, somebody put in the chat for Jeremy Mongo.
Absolutely, he's got them.
I've missed this whole far. This has been going right over my head all stream.
It's Manny, innit? Manny says that any player Leicester should sign should have fast twitch fibers. What he means by that is just quick players, right? Really quick players.
Quick players, gas.
Huh?
Fast twitch muscle fiber dominant people gas faster.
Oh, Wolves just went for a halfway line shot again.
Everyone's
Can we
doing it.
start
Wow,
the
because he steps up
FTF?
off his line.
That's what people think of us.
Yeah. Just a shame Mongo won't be with us next season, although I think it would be the best thing for his development to stay with us and get first team experience rather than spend seasons in City's youth. Yep.
No, that's why I think
agree
he might well stay. Huh?
What about Golding? Remember him? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know Southampton found a way to lose it in the end. But West Ham
really?
lose again. Yeah, they're like 92nd minute they conceded. Another awful display from Leicester, though. But yeah, coming back to your point with West Ham, I mean, it'd be an interesting one. That would be, I think, the team that the teams coming up would identify as being the one that they might be able to challenge.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I still think that like these teams have got like ridiculous squads. It's like when Mohamed Kudus isn't good enough to get into your first team, like that would never be the case. To be honest with you, even when we finished top 5 twice in a row, maybe you could say Lookman, who ended up being an amazing player, although not with us. The strength of these squads is a joke.
Luke, did you see these?
Yeah, these are good. I've seen those.
And this one.
That one's really good. That's the best one. With your donkey accessory for donkey overeat.
Oh my god.
I look like that Joe Swanson in that.
It's all over. 3-0. Vardy misses a penalty. Awful performance again. Nothing really to get excited about. Not even a goal. Dismantled. Yeah. Couldn't beat an egg this lot.
There's literally nothing to take from that game, is there, lads? Vardy misses the penalty on his farewell tour. We get 5 minutes of fucking Mongo, 10 minutes, 5 minutes of Mongo. We concede 3, we score 0. Wolves are celebrating because it's only now, actually, by the way, guys, it's only now they're mathematically safe. They weren't mathematically safe before the game. Now they are.
Season went on another 5 or 10 games. They'd probably end up in Europe. That was really sad to see from Vardy, though. What I'm saying is you can just see his confidence is gone. He doesn't look good in the game. This happens to him as well. Like when he gets isolated in the team, he's gone on these patches before, right? Like he'll go on and score like 10 in 10, but then not score for months. He's done now, and you could just see that he didn't even though he grabbed the penalty, he had no confidence taking it. And the sad thing is, I'm not sure he is going to get to 200. You know, he's going to be the Ipswich and Southampton games now. I think having a goal today would be a really big help, which is a shame. But, you know, unfortunately, I've got to say that take that out of it, though. He had a poor, you know, you go, here's the, on Sky Sports now, Wolves lead woeful Leicester by 3, says it all. Yeah,
I think Ipswich are relegated now as well, are they, mathematically?
Yeah, they were gone anyway. Yeah.
With what, is there still 4 games to go? Is there still 4? I think there is still 4 games to go, and all the 3 relegated teams are down. I mean, Luke, what did you make to that game, mate? Other than your farts?
Just a complete car crash. Just awful in every facet. Just the same conversation we have week after week. But the players, not all the players have given up, but you could definitely see a couple that I think have completely checked out. Indeed, he's top of the list for me. I think he's already thinking of his next move.
I think Mads today as well, to be honest with you. Don't think doesn't look like he's all there.
Well, this is the thing, Anil. Yeah. Like we speculated it could go we speculated that it could go in the other way, where we win some games and put in good performances because the pressure is off. But it looks like it's actually going to go the other way, Anil, where the players are just throwing the towel in. They're on the beach. Some of them looking for moves. Some of them probably thinking, bloody hell, I've got to play championship football next season. Some of them are probably booking their holidays to the Maldives and Mykonos in June. It's just, there's just nothing left, is there, Anil, like from this club at the minute? There's like we're on empty, and the fans are on empty. Everyone's on empty.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the comments from everyone in chat. Totally agree. Yeah, you should step down. But you're right. And I think what you're seeing as well when we see the games is that they're not really playing as a team. It's like people are going for glory when they can, because as you say, they're looking for a move away. Rats leaving the sinking ship. Can't even really blame them in some respects. You know, it's so depressing to see. As you said, sometimes you'd normally, I mean, look, I said before this game, I thought it might be 1-1. I thought like maybe Wolves wouldn't really care. We'd be like, you know, the pressure's off. But no, I mean, that was as bad as, despite the formation change. Was there anything really positive to take from that game? Don't think so. And as I say, the sad thing is just that, like, you just see the levels and levels that are. Remember again, 2 seasons ago, they were like bottom of the table. We beat them 4-0. They made a few changes, and now we can't lay a glove on Wolves. 2 games he played against them, aggregate score 6-0.
Luke,
7.
I know.
It's 7.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, Luke, I was going to say, you know, we know Ruud has been disgraceful as well. However, I think he could gain legendary status at this football club if he stepped down and did a bombshell interview exposing all the failings at this club. Like, imagine he stepped down, didn't take the payoff, he quit, right, himself, came out and spoke about, you know, how poor a hand he was dealt when he first joined the football club.
Not now. It would make him look weak. I would like it, don't get me wrong, but it would still make him look like a coward. It would make him look bad because he still made retarded decisions with his subs. His starting 11 selection's been awful. Let's not forget, I think Ross brought this up the other day. Everyone laughed at me. For people that don't know, I had half a meltdown when Danny Ward got his second start in a group chat, and I had to be told to wind it in a bit. But I could see the horrors that were coming, and of course it came true. The fact that he started Danny Ward a second time is criminal. Again, I would like it, Locks, but I don't. It's unprofessional. It won't get him a move anywhere else. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Al?
I'd like him to. I'd like to see it, to be honest with you. Fuck it. Let it all burn. Let it all burn. Let's get it all out in the open. I think these things have to happen. You know, there's that thing we haven't really spoken about it, Locks. So there's that thing in the Big Strong Leicester Boys podcast about potentially selling a minority stake in the club or something like that. I mean, that absolutely needs to happen. So, yeah, look, awful abject display. Again, Ruud should go. But I think we've got to look at the bigger picture here, guys, right? Which is that the gulf now between us and the rest of the teams in the Premier League, as evidenced by the points tally, is ridiculous. Like, how do we solve this? This is a real huge honking problem that has to be solved, right? Now, investment is obviously a big part of it, which I think needs to be done. Again, the fact that of the 3 teams who came up, we spent the least says everything you need to know. You're not going to have any chance of doing that. But we've got to come up with a plan. You know, we've got to hope some of these talents start producing, which is okay. But I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I think it's going to be yo-yo at best. And the problem is when you're a yo-yo club, as what happened with Norwich, is at some point you don't yo-yo. And then what?
And this is the craziest thing. Like after the Liverpool game, when we were confirmed as relegated, we heard these articles from all different journalists saying that discussions between the board and Ruud would take place this week. So we're assuming those conversations have happened. Yeah. However, Ruud van Nistelrooy said as recent as yesterday or Thursday that he's still waiting to know if their visions are aligned. So have the conversations taken place or not? Are the board napping? Are they sleeping on the decision? Are they thinking, oh, what do we do? Or what, they're panicking. We don't obviously know what's going on behind closed doors. But just to anybody in the comment section that doesn't listen to Big Strong Leicester Boys, the comment that Anil made is basically that not Jake, it's Jord who is a host on Big Strong Leicester Boys. He works in the media. I think he does bits for Sky and TalkSport and things like that. He did say that he heard a story from two completely different people that Top had a meeting with somebody during that day, the Liverpool game, about investment, about getting investment, extra investment into the club. He didn't know the full extent, of course. No one ever will. But, whether that's regards to selling the club, whether it's with regards to selling a stake in the club, we don't know. But that was the story that happened. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Top and Rudkin, a joke. I mean, have you got anything to say about this, Luke? Anything you want to say about Top and Rudkin, mate?
Yeah, they're the biggest reason why we're in this mess, and they're the biggest reason why we've been relegated. We can blame Ruud van Nistelrooy and Cooper all we want, but the fact of the reality is that they completely went against everything they got right in the season before, with the appointment of the right manager and the correct players to go alongside that, the brand of football, and they just completely shit the bed. There's so many things that go into it, and I'm sure it's for a video another time, but Top clearly doesn't give a fuck. He's out of his depth. Rudkin, I don't know. There needs to be, when we talk about transparency from the club, we need more transparency. I think Manny's brought this up many times. Whose idea was it to bring in Bilal? Whose idea was it to bring in Enzo Maresca? How long was that sorted out in advance? How long did they plan that? Do you know what I mean? Because how do you go from that to appointing Cooper? I don't understand. How do you go from bringing in these young players to assist them to bringing in IU and Bobby Dakova-Reid? And Top signing off on that. And then you hear rumors, whether it's true or not, well, Top didn't like Cooper and it wasn't his first choice. Then why the fuck did you sign off on it then? And then the other argument was, well, we brought in Cooper because we had, championship in mind, because we had potential points deductions looming over us. Well, how defeated is that? If you were worried about being relegated, then why did you pay 20 million for Skip? There's so many things that go against each other that it just makes no sense. That at the end of the day, that all starts and finishes with Top. He needs to step down. We need more than an investor. We need someone. And I'll finish with this. I know I'm ranting here. There's no smoke without fire. And we have heard that both Potter and also Maresca wanted to bring in their own director of football, and ask yourself why that is.
Yeah, Neil, anything you want to add to that, mate? That talk about the board and because Neil, we can sit here during the match and slag off the manager. We can sit here during the match and slag off certain players, but we all know deep down that the problem at the club is not the playing staff, it's or the coaching staff. The deep-rooted problem of the people at the top.
Yeah, they're the results of the problems above them. And yeah, look, I'm really worried, guys, because the thing is that if you've got such incompetent management, then other teams that have better management, a better run, are going to start catching up with you. We've already seen that with Ipswich. Ipswich are a better team than us now. Could you ever have dreamt that would have happened? Let's say even 3 years ago? No. And, I jokingly, I hate what they stand for, Wrexham, but I mean, they look like they're a much better run club than we are right now. Birmingham have got American owners. They look like they're trying to kind of pad it. I'm not sure those two teams will be immediately competitive next season, but it shows you what you're up against. And if you continue to have, what I'm saying is, it's not just now that the top Premier League teams are well managed. You're starting to see well managed teams in the Championship. They're coming for our lunch money, and with current ownership and poor decision making, it's hard to see where we're going.
Yeah, now it's, after that result, 32 points for Wolves since Ruud van Nistelrooy joined the football club, and 4 for him.
Yeah.
So,
can we just ask Reece again? Because Reece obviously shocked me on the call-in because he actually said he would give it Van Nistelrooy next season. So after what you've just seen there, Reese, would you still give it to Van Nistelrooy next season? While he's typing in an answer. I mean, what about you guys? You guys want him gone as soon as possible, I imagine, right?
There was the smallest. There was the very, because Leicester. Not Leicester fans. Football fans are fickle, and we have short-term memory, right? We saw 2 good or decent performances against Brighton and Liverpool. For a lot of football fans, that's enough to just have this slight little bit of doubt. Okay, maybe we can do something with Ruud van Nistelrooy. But let's be honest, lads. He will go down as probably top 3 worst managers in Premier League history.
I think he's the worst. I think he's the worst.
Well,
I honestly think Russell Martin is a better manager than. At least Southampton had an identity under Russell Martin. And as I think it's been proved since they got rid of him, did their results improve? No. He probably did all right with the team that he had.
Yeah. So I think any little bit of doubt, Luke, that people had, that maybe, I think that's gone now with what we've just seen.
Wasn't Reese's argument on the call-in show? I watched it at work the other day. Wasn't it that he was so good with developing youth at PSV and their youth side? But we've seen none of that. He keeps on persisting on playing donkey over Reed and Ayew. What do you mean? I think that's a complete myth that he's going to be working with the youth. He's basically playing Mongo because Top's apparently fucking push for it. And mate, I think that's a complete bullshit myth. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy. Do you think that there's still any United fans out there right now going, oh god, we should have stuck with Ruud van Nistelrooy instead of what's his name instead? No way, man. I don't think he's going to get a decent job for a long time.
Just like there's no Forest fans who are saying I'd rather we kept with Cooper over Nuno, right? They don't exist. Somebody says here, top sell up, mate. This is not for you. Stick to your travel company. Ruud not having a transfer window is his only saving grace. That's why he won't be considered the worst ever. I mean, he even got a player in for £3 million and
doesn't play him.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't even keep him in the squad. So that really looks bad on him. Yeah.
The quality of team was worse than the team that got relegated. Of course it is, yeah. It's hard to polish a turd. Please, no, I can't deal with this crap next season. Get him gone. This clown cannot stay. I see no patterns of play at all. What's preventing the stadium and nearby facilities taking place? You say revenue, yeah, but I think the main, you don't want to upscale when you're in this shit situation. I'm sure if we became a Premier League stable club again, they would do it, but that's not
early numbers suggesting that sales numbers will be down next season. A lot of people have not renewed their season ticket. You can't blame them. I mean, even people who've got one aren't going to the games anymore. Why would you?
Yeah. He might be able to bring in some really good players, but his man management skills are dreadful.
That's the big thing you got to watch out for. That's why I feel like the transfer window thing is it's just hiding. Like the fact that he can't get the best out of his players is a fact.
How bad could the end of this season get if we keep losing? We already saw fights in the stands. Exactly. Yeah. The Rock, as long as Ruud's here, the Rock continues. Or I'll ask you, Luke. The Rock continues as long as he's here.
The Rock's going to be there no matter what. It doesn't matter who you put there. It doesn't matter if it's Kingy. The only person that can get a treat on the players is if you get me there 6 ginger beers deep to fucking roll up the lads. Show them fucking 5-a-side highlight to get them in the mood. No, the Rod continues, mate. I think everyone's checked out. They know the season's finished. A lot of players are probably thinking about where the next move's going to be. I don't think it matters who's in charge, to be honest with you.
Anil, the 3 million on Woyo could have gotten us Corberan.
Yeah, we said that at the time, and he at least had experience. You could say he wasn't Premier League proven, but he was so. We knew he was a good manager. Look, to be honest, we would have gone down with Corberan as well, but I don't think it would have been as bad as this. But just coming back to the thing, right? I don't think there would be fights in the stands if King was put in charge, because the thing is that King is a Leicester legend. No one's going to blame him for the current situation, even if he's absolutely clueless, and it's even worse than it is now, where people just say, well, he's not ready. No one's going to turn him against him in his current games. But I just think, because the thing is, Luke, is with the Van Nistelrooy situation, it's like, again, you're thinking to the board, are you blind? Are you blind? We've gone down with the worst manager ever, and he's still here, right? And the only news you've done is to announce that our best player of all time is leaving. That's the news you give us. Not even, there still isn't even like an apology statement. on there to say that, like, you know, that's the least he could have done. Go, look, okay, we're officially relegated. It's a tragic situation for the club. Even last time they did that, didn't they? As soon as we went down, I think that statement about the internal review came out quite early. It's just ridiculous. So for me, like, it's so risky that they're keeping him on right now. It's insane, right? And I know you say the payoff, but as I say, you just say take holiday leave. Right? Ruud, you will pay your contract. You're just here to, and why though? Because at the end of the day, if he hasn't got a release clause, then just get rid of him now anyway. What's the point? You're gonna have to pay him the money one way or another. Just get him gone.
I've just seen a video of Danny Roll, the last home game of sorry, not Danny Roll, Marty Cifuentes at the last home game of QPR.
Battered.
Yeah, and he's been waving to the fans. Is that someone you would take? Looks like he's leaving there. Was that someone you would take, Canil? No, you wouldn't want him.
Not been for anything, but I don't think he's even with Danny Roll. Like, I know that the Sheffield Wednesday fans aren't having don't think he's doing too well with them either. Though I think that's a little bit harder to say. I think it'd be a massive risk. But the thing is, though, if Cifuentes, any coach that comes in, I don't know if I'd say this about Ruud, anyone that comes in, you'll of course get behind them. I do think that whoever comes in next season, I can't see, I don't know, like, I don't want to jeopardize it, but I don't see us doing a Luton. I think, as you said on the Leeds channel, I don't see us finishing outside of the playoffs. And so because of that, I think whoever comes in is going to be a fairly soft landing, at least that first season. What I would like to say, though, is whoever comes in, I think there has got to be some sort of style change or something. They've got to give us something to have some joy for. Because the problem is, like, if Van Nistelrooy again continues next season, we probably will be teams, but we're playing this way as well, like really slow, pedantic style. So I don't know. Like, you can still keep the 3-2-4-1, but fucking hell, we got to start attacking, guys. Not just like, did we make any big chance in that match? Or the penalty, I guess. That's it.
Yeah. Who's on the tip of your tongue, Luke? Now, for manager wise, who would you like to see? Because can I just say the Twitter. Well, the Twitter account LCFC Rude, who's in our chat sometimes, who's been, even when we were relegated, I want Rude to be here next season. I've just seen a tweet from him, and he said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but get him the fuck out of here. So
wow.
Who do you want, Luke?
Definitely not that turtleneck wearing fucking idiot that looks like he's got Botox on both his lips, cocksucker. I think
Rude.
Ruud van Nistelrooy. It looks like he's got Botox on both his lips.
Go on,
listen, I always thought that Will Sill would have been the best appointment that we could have had after Cooper had been sacked. I thought that he would have fit to the Enzo style like a glove. I think he would have been able to get the best tune out of what we've developed under the last season. I'm not saying that that's the way forward or that we had the player squad to be able to utilize that style in the Premier League. I'm not saying that at all, but I definitely think that, like, if we're going to go down, do something that the players are comfortable and familiar with. And I just think that he was very impressive what he did against us in the preseason. Granted, he was playing against an Orchid charge. I just think that he's a young, decent, aspiring English manager, and I think he's got a good future ahead of him. Would he step down to the Championship from where he's at right now? I highly doubt it, but that would have been that's my vote for who I'd like as manager.
Yeah, well, look, we're not going through the stats. We're not going through all that shit. We're not going through the player ratings. Please, I'll post it in the chat one more time. There is link. Just fill in the match ratings if you can, because we'll use it at the end of the season. But we're not going to go through them. We're not going to go through the stats. We all know it was shit. It was a total pile of wank, basically. Sorry to say. And yeah, I think that's it, lads. I think that's all we can say. We're on the Jamie Vardy farewell tour, and it started off as tragic as it.
Yeah, that was sad to see, man. Really sad. You saw his reaction afterwards. Really poor.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it all again anyway tomorrow morning. Of course, good morning, Foxes. As we keep saying, just because relegation and we're going down, we're not going to stop the content. The content is still coming. So we'll see you at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for a nice little therapy session on Good Morning Foxes. Yeah, I'll end it with a tweet I've just seen. If Leicester City was your family dog, you would take it to a vet and put it down. Bye-bye.